Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is part 1 of our story. If you like this what if story and want to see part 2, let me know in the comments below. Before we start, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Also, check the description for more great content and my playlist. This story was posted by 𝐿𝐼_Brownie on Wattpad. Now, let's start. Before I start this, I want to let you know this is when 𝐒𝐿𝐼 became a vigilante. 𝐒𝐿𝐼 is fighting All For One and they are both injured. All For One, you are getting tired, boy. 𝐒𝐿𝐼, I could say the same about you. 𝐒𝐿𝐼 jumps at All For One and lands a punch into his gut, sending him flying. All For One recovers and shots a blast at 𝐒𝐿𝐼. 𝐒𝐿𝐼 dodges it, but the shockwave of the blast hitting the ground behind him pushes him a few feet away. 𝐒𝐿𝐼 rolls on the ground but recovers. All For One, how about we end this, Deku? 𝐒𝐿𝐼, I couldn't agree more, All For One. They both begin to power up themselves and both reel their arms back. All For One, this is where you fall, he says as he dashes at 𝐒𝐿𝐼. 𝐒𝐿𝐼 dashes at AFO. AFO throws his charged punch at 𝐒𝐿𝐼, but 𝐒𝐿𝐼 was faster as he dodges the punch and hits AFO in the chest, piercing through AFO's chest. And it's quiet. 𝐒𝐿𝐼 still has his arm in AFO's chest and AFO falls to the floor. 𝐒𝐿𝐼, it's over, All For One. AFO 𝐷𝐿𝐼. As AFO is about to die, someone is watching this unfold and it's 𝐒𝐿𝐼. 𝐒𝐿𝐼, I will send him to the void of space. 𝐒𝐿𝐼 opens a portal under 𝐒𝐿𝐼 and it begins to SCK 𝐒𝐿𝐼 in. 𝐒𝐿𝐼, whatif. 𝐒𝐿𝐼 tries to break free but can't, he is too tired from the battle. Suddenly an explosion hits 𝐒𝐿𝐼, messing up the portal. Bakugo, 𝐒𝐿𝐼. He screams as he sees 𝐒𝐿𝐼 being scared into the portal. Bakugo grabs 𝐒𝐿𝐼's hand and tries to pull him out. As Bakugo is trying to save, 𝐒𝐿𝐼 runs at him and tries to attack Bakugo, but is attacked by Uraraka. 𝐒𝐿𝐼 is trying to hold on but he notices that AFO is trying to get away. 𝐒𝐿𝐼, 𝐒𝐻EN, you have to stop AFO. Bakugo 𝐷MNIT nerd, I can't. 𝐒𝐿𝐼, forget about me and end him, for good. Bakugo, no, I can save you 𝐷MNIT. 𝐒𝐿𝐼, Katsuki, 𝐷MNIT, just listen to me and stop him before it's too late, this is the only chance we have. Bakugo, no. 𝐒𝐿𝐼 can see tears coming out of Bakugo's eyes. 𝐒𝐿𝐼 has a soft smile. 𝐒𝐿𝐼, 𝐒𝐻EN, please. Bakugo doesn't say anything until he sees AFO getting up. 𝐒𝐿𝐼, 𝐻EN, please, if he escapes then we will never defeat him, this can be our only chance. Bakugo is interrupted by AFO as he is charging a blast. 𝐒𝐿𝐼, 𝐻EN, I trust you, I know you can stop him, but you have to let me go. Bakugo, I can't. 𝐒𝐿𝐼 can see that AFO is about to shoot the blast at them. 𝐒𝐿𝐼, 𝐻EN, he says as he pushes Bakugo to the side and is hit by the blast, sending him into the portal. The portal closes and everyone who was watching was shocked. Bakugo, no. Bakugo just lost his childhood friend, the one he bullied, the one who always stood by his side, his best friend. Bakugo looks towards AFO and screams. Bakugo 𝐷MNU. He screams as he shoots a huge explosion at AFO. AFO begins to laugh as he is being blown up, and eventually turns to dust. AFO was defeat, but at what cost? Bakugo falls to his knees and cries out 𝐒𝐿𝐼's name, slamming his fists into the ground. Bakugo, no. And we leave Bakugo as we go to a different dimension. We see 2 kids in a golf cart, being chased by a giant made of gnomes. Mabel, Dipper, they're catching up. Dipper, I'm trying to go as fast as I can, Mabel, but his cart is so slow. Mabel, Dipper, watch out, she says as a tree is flying at them. Dipper, 𝐻. Mabel, 𝐻. Dipper dodges the tree but the cart flips on its side and they both land in front of the mystery shack. Mabel, Dipper, are you okay? Dipper, why, I'm fine, but where are the no dash? As he says this he is interrupted by the gnomes lifting the cart and throwing it to the side. I forgot the gnome's name so I'm just gonna call him Nomson. Nomson, my queen, I will let you live if you marry me. Mabel, no you weirdo. The gnomes raise their fist and are about to murder Dipper and Mabel. that is until. The two kids see a green like meteor heading towards them. Mabel, Dipper, what is that? Dipper, I don't know but, get down. As he says this, they two kids take cover and the gnomes are confused. 𝐼𝐺, what are you guys hiding from? They turn around and see a green like meteor coming at them. 𝐼𝐺, oh 𝐶𝐻, and the green like meteor hits them, sending them apart from each other. 𝐼𝐺, retreat. The gnome says and all the gnomes run back into the forest. 𝐼𝐺, Mabel, you will be my queen. As he says this, Mabel throws a rock at him. The rock falls next to the gnome's foot, scaring him and he runs back into the forest. Dipper, are you okay Mabel? Mabel, yeah, but what was that? Dipper, I'm not sure. Mabel, let's go check it out. Dipper, Mabel, why dash before Dipper could say anything, Mabel was already gone. Dipper could see that Mabel was already running towards the huge crater. Dipper, wait up. He says as he runs after his sister. It didn't take long for them to find what had hit the gnomes. Mabel, Dipper, I think I see someone on the ground. Dipper, wait, what? The two get closer to the person on the floor and see this. Just imagine he is knocked out where this, his mask is still on by the way, just imagine he is knocked out where this, his mask is still on by the way. Dipper, who is this, and what is he wearing? Mabel, whoever this is, they know how to look so cool. Dipper, let's take them to the shack, he looks beaten up. Mabel, alright, grab their arm and I'll grab the other. They put 𝐒𝐿 over their shoulders and since they are pretty short, 𝐒𝐿's is on his knees. Mabel, wow, they're so light. Mabel looks towards Dipper and sees he is struggling. Dipper can see Mabel watching him struggle. Mabel, really? Dipper, let's just get them inside. They begin to drag him but Dipper drops him by accident. And 𝐒𝐿's face lands on a rock. Mabel, ouch? Dipper, I'm sure they'll be fine, probably. Mabel, to the shack. They put his arms over their shoulders once more and drag him back to the mystery shack. We start this story off by seeing Grunkle Stan talking with 𝐶𝐻. 𝐶𝐻, hey Grunkle Stan, check this out. He says as he is standing a pineapple on his nose. Stan, that is a really useless talent. Hold still while I take a photo. Stan says as he takes a photo of 𝐶𝐻. Stan, perfect, some Photoshop and boom thousands of dollars. As he says this the door bursts open. Dipper, Grunkle Stan, we need help. Stan, what is it dash, holy CRP what is that? Mabel, we don't know Grunkle Stan, but it's hurt. Dipper, it saved us from being attacked by gnomes. Stan, that sounds unbelievable, but I don't want to waste all day trying to hide a body. 𝐶𝐻 helped them get it in the living room. 𝐶𝐻, yes sir. He says as he salutes to Stan and picks 𝐒𝐿 up and takes him to the living room. Mabel, is it gonna be okay? Dipper, don't worry Mabel, I'm sure they'll be fine. Stan, alright kids, since you brought this thing here, you can take one thing from the mystery shack, for free. Mabel, really? Stan, yeah, now hurry up before I change my mind. Dipper, sweet. Mabel, why? The two twins go in different parts of the shack and look around. Dipper goes to a shelf full of hats with a maple leaf on it. Dipper then puts it on his head. He then walks to a mirror and checks himself out. Dipper, not bad. And as he is checking himself out in the mirror, Mabel finds something she wants. Mabel, grappling hook. She says as she shoots it in the air breaking a window. Dipper, why would you want a grappling hook? Mabel, because it's awesome. Dipper, I'm not sure if we'll ever need that, but you do you I guess. Mabel, yay. The two twins walk over to Grunkle Stan. Stan, hey kids, did you find what you were looking for? Dipper, yeah I got this hat. Mabel, and I got a grappling hook. Stan, nice. Suddenly 𝐶𝐻 barges in the store. 𝐶𝐻, guys you will not believe this. Dipper, what is it 𝐶𝐻? 𝐶𝐻, I can like my elbow check it. He says as he puts his elbow to his face and likes it. Mabel, that is so cool. Dipper, yeah but what about that thing we brought in? 𝐶𝐻, oh right, Stan that's not a creature, that's a dude. Stan, oh. Dipper, wait that's a human. 𝐶𝐻, the dude looks human. Mabel, so he is okay. 𝐶𝐻, yeah dude, also he was awake but he left through the door. Dipper. Mabel. Stan. Stan slowly pulls out a bat. The two twins look at Stan. Stan, what? No witnesses. Mabel, Grunkle Stan, we are not killing him. Stan, fine. He says as he tosses the bat. Stan, then what are we supposed to do? Mabel, we go out there to find him. Stan, sorry kids but I got a shack to run. The Pine twins, oh. They say with their heads down. Stan, so Suz will help you. The Pine twins, yay. They shout as they grab Suz and drag him outside. They are now outside and are trying to think where he would be. Mabel, it's gonna be so hard to find him. Dipper, I'm sure he should be around here somewhere. Mabel, maybe. Suz, oh sweet, he dudes. The Pine twins, yeah. Suz, I think I found him. The Pine twins, really, where? Suz, up there. He says as he points to the roof of the mystery shack. The twins look up and see Izuku standing on the roof. And it looks like he is trying to see where he is. Dipper, excuse me. Dipper shouts and Izuku hears him. Quick note, Izuku put his mask and hood back on. Izuku, him. Mabel, could you come down from there, please? Izuku, oh sure. He says as he jumps off the roof. The three watching scream out to Izuku as they were shocked he jumped off the roof. As he lands the three were shocked he was okay. Izuku walks over to them. Izuku, I'm sorry about that but do you know where I am? Dipper, you're at the mystery shack. Izuku, the mystery shack. Mabel, why yeah. Izuku, I never heard of this place before. Dipper, well this is in Gravity Falls. Izuku, Gravity Falls. Mabel, yeah, that's where we are right now. Izuku, wait, if I'm in Gravity Falls, then I'm not in Japan. The Pine twins, Japan. Suz, dude, that's like a continent away. Izuku, what? How did I get so far away? Dipper, well we saw you falling from the sky. Mabel, yeah and you crashed into a giant monster made of gnomes, and you saved us. Izuku, wait why didn't you use your quirk to defend yourself? The three look at Izuku with confusion. The Pine twins, what's a quirk? Izuku, you don't know what a quirk is. The twins shake their head. Suz, is it like a superpower? Dipper, come on Suz, I don't think it is. Izuku, actually yeah it is like a superpower. Dipper, wait really? Izuku, yeah everyone has one, well not everyone. Mabel, whoa so do we have superpowers? Suz, let's find out. He says as they both try to use quirks, which doesn't work at all. Dipper, guys I'm pretty sure we don't have quirks. The two groan in disappointment. Izuku, I'm sorry but I think you're quirkless. Dipper, do you have a quirk? Izuku, yeah look. He says as he uses his black WHP to prove he has a quirk. Three are shocked at this. Suz, whoa dude. Mabel, that is so cool. Dipper, whoa. As he is showing them his quirk, Grunkle Stan hears the commotion and goes outside. Stan, if it's one of you, punks again, I swear I'll dash. As he is saying this, he sees Izuku who has the black WHP coming out of his hand. Stan, holy Siabi, what is that? Mabel, it's a quirk. Stan, what the hell is a quirk? Izuku, you guys are really shocked about this. Dipper, yeah, we have never seen anything like this. Izuku, wait, you haven't seen one person with a quirk. Dipper, no. Izuku, that doesn't make sense, there should be people around here with quirks. Izuku walks in front the mystery shack and sits on the edge of the porch. Dipper also sits on the porch trying to figure out what's going on. Izuku, what year is it? Dipper, it's 2012, why? Izuku, what? That can't be right, it's supposed to be around. They both think a bit more. Izuku, I was shot through a portal, and then I end up here. They don't know what a quirk is, and it's Izuku then realizes what is happening. Izuku, I think I figured it out. Dipper, what is it? Izuku, I don't think I'm in the same place anymore. Dipper, what do you mean? Izuku, I think I'm in a different universe. Dipper, that would explain what you told us. Izuku, so I'm not in my universe anymore. Dipper, I don't think so, I'm sorry. Izuku just puts his head in his hands. Izuku, this can't be right, I can't be here, I have to get back. Dipper, and how are you gonna do that? Izuku, I don't know, but I can figure something out. Dipper pats Izuku's back, trying to make him feel better. Mabel, Grunkle Stan, could he stay here with us? Stan, I don't know kid. Mabel, please. Stan. Fine. Mabel, yes. Mabel runs to Izuku and Dipper. Mabel, excuse me. Izuku and Dipper look up to Mabel. Mabel, we wanted to know if you would like to live in with us. Izuku, oh, that's okay, I wouldn't want to be a burden. Mabel, please, we insist. Dipper, you save us, so I think it's just paying you back. Izuku, well, if you're okay with it, then I guess I could stay. Mabel, yay. Dipper, I'm Dipper by the way. He says as he puts his hand out to Izuku. Izuku, Midoriya. He says as he shakes Dipper's hand. Dipper, hey, if you don't mind, could I see that black tendril thing again? Izuku, sure, let me just. He says as he takes his mask and hood off. Izuku, better. Everyone is looking at Izuku. Izuku. What? Mabel, your hair looks so cute. She says as Essa just runs up to Izuku and plays with his hair. Mabel, it's so soft. Dipper, is your hair naturally the color? Izuku, yeah. He says as he has his head down, so Mabel could play with his hair. Mabel, he has cute little freckles too. And they all continue to question Izuku about a few things, even Grunkle Stan. After a while it gets dark. Mabel, so question, where is Izuku gonna sleep? They all think for a bit. Stan, well, there is this room I have been meaning to clean up. Mabel, perfect, let's clean it up. Stan, Suze, come help us and I'll give you a raise. Suze, coming Grunkle Stan. Meanwhile with Izuku. Izuku is explaining how his quirk works and what he can do, and Dipper is fascinated, and writing everything down in a journal. It's not the journal with the six-fingered hand on it. Dipper, do you have any drawback? Izuku, well, whenever I put too much power in my body it begins to hurt. There was this time where I was fighting this villain named Muscular. He was strong but dangerous. In the end of the fight, I was left with 2 broken arms. He says as he looks at his hands. Dipper, wow, that sounds like it hurt. Izuku, I did, but I ignored the pain so I could focus on protecting those in danger. Dipper, you sound like a hero. Izuku, well, that's because I was. Dipper, whoa, really? Izuku, yeah, but being a hero has its downsides. Dipper, what do you mean? Izuku, when you're a hero, you have targets on your back, including those you care for. I wish I knew that sooner. Dipper, wow, I never thought of that before, but what do you mean I wish I knew that sooner? Izuku, it's nothing, anyways let's get inside. Dipper, alright. They both get up off the porch and head inside. Dipper, what happened to him? As they are inside, they see Mabel, who has her sweater around her waist. She looked like she just came back from a construction job. Mabel, Izuku, we have a room for you to sleep in. Izuku, oh, thank you so much Mabel. Mabel, you're welcome, and there are some extra clothes in your room. I'm sure you don't want to wear that all day. She says as she points to Izuku's vigilant costume. Izuku, well, you're right about that. Dipper, well, good night Izuku. Mabel, good night Izuku. They say as they leave to their room. Izuku, night. And Izuku goes to the room they cleaned up for him. He enters the room and sees that their bed on the corner of the room, a desk next to the door, a closet, and a small window. Izuku walks to the bed and flops down on it. And immediately passes out. Izuku was still in bed, sound asleep. As he was sleeping, Mabel silently went into his room. Mabel stood next to Izuku's bed and was watching him. Mabel, time to wake up Izuku. She pulls out a megaphone and points it at Izuku. Mabel clears her through and puts the megaphone in front of her mouth. Mabel, wake up, Izuku. She screams in the megaphone and Izuku screams as he falls of the bed. Mabel, good morning Izuku. Izuku. Mabel, Izuku. She taps Izuku and he doesn't respond. Mabel, Izuku. She shakes him and he yet again doesn't respond. Mabel, oh no, I killed Izuku. She freaks out. Izuku, I am okay. Mabel, oh thank God, why didn't you say anything? Izuku, to scare you. he says with a smug on his face. Mabel, well, it worked. 𝐒𝐿 laughs to himself and Mabel eventually starts to laugh with him. After laughing for a bit, Mabel and 𝐒𝐿 stop laughing. Mabel, anyways, 𝐿 wants to talk to you. 𝐒𝐿, alright, let me just change real quick. Mabel, okay. She says as she runs out of 𝐒𝐿's room. 𝐒𝐿, okay, now what did they give me? He goes to the neatly folded stack of clothes. He picks them up and checks it out. 𝐒𝐿, I think this will fit. He starts to change and after a while, he finishes dressing up. He walks to a nearby mirror. 𝐒𝐿, comfortable and nice. 𝐒𝐿, well, I shouldn't keep Stan waiting. 𝐒𝐿, well, I shouldn't keep Stan waiting. He says as he leaves his room. After a bit of walking he enters the shop. 𝐒𝐿 sees Dipper playing around at Mabel, Stan counting money, and Suze. Well-being Suze. 𝐒𝐿, morning everyone. Dipper, morning 𝐒𝐿. Suze, morning dude. Stan, morning kid. Mabel, morning broccoli boy. 𝐒𝐿, broccoli boy. Mabel, yeah, your head looks like a broccoli. 𝐒𝐿, huh, I never thought of that. Mabel, I now dub you, 𝐒𝐿, the broccoli boy. 𝐒𝐿, hee hee, alright then. Stan, hey kid, I gotta talk to YA. 𝐒𝐿, oh, what is it Grunkle Stan? Stan, well, since you'll be living here, I'll need your help running the shop. 𝐒𝐿, oh, I would love to help. Stan, great, you're gonna be showing people what we got here. 𝐒𝐿, so like a tour guide. Stan, exactly. 𝐒𝐿, I won't let you down, sir. Stan, love that enthusiasm, kid. As they are talking, the front door opens, revealing Wendy. Wendy, hey guys. Mabel, hi Wendy. Suze, sup dude. Dipper, hey Wendy. Stan, finally, I thought you'd never show, now hurry up and do your job. Wendy, sure Grunkle Stan. Her voice trails off as she sees 𝐒𝐿. Wendy, who's that? Mabel, oh that's 𝐒𝐿, he just joined today. Wendy, really? Mabel, yeah, let me introduce you to him. Wendy, no that's okay. Mabel, 𝐒𝐿, come meet Wendy. 𝐒𝐿, who? Mabel grabs 𝐒𝐿's hand and drags him to Wendy. 𝐒𝐿, wo, slow down Mabe. His voice trails off as he sees Wendy. 𝐒𝐿 is taken by her beauty, her orange hair, her freckles on her cheeks, he thinks she looks appealing. And now that Wendy has a better view of 𝐒𝐿, she is blushing, she can see his green, fluffy hair, his freckles on each cheek and his emerald-like eyes, she thinks he looks cute. 𝐒𝐿, hi, I'm 𝐒𝐿 Midoriya. Wendy calms herself down and introduces herself. Wendy, you can call me Wendy. 𝐒𝐿, it's nice to meet you. He says as he forwards his hand to Wendy. Wendy, it's nice to meet you too. As this is happening, Dipper is watching. Dipper, how did 𝐒𝐿 get her to blush like that? Mabel is watching Dipper, she can tell he is jealous but doesn't know why. She then looks where Dipper is staring and sees Wendy and 𝐒𝐿 talking to each other. She could tell 𝐒𝐿 has a blush, but what surprised her the most was that Wendy was blushing too. Mabel, no way. She then pulls out her journal of ships. She then flips pages and lands on Wendy. She then writes 𝐒𝐿 x Wendy and closes the book as she is squealing with delight. Mabel, new ship. 𝐒𝐿 and Wendy, here. Mabel, nothing, just ignore me. She says as she runs out of the shop. 𝐒𝐿, I wonder what got her so excited. Wendy, I'm not sure, anyways, could I get your phone number? 𝐒𝐿, oh sure. He reaches into his pocket and realizes he doesn't have a phone anymore, cause it broke in the crash landing. 𝐒𝐿, I forgot I broke my phone. Wendy, how? 𝐒𝐿, I fell on it. Wendy, dang dude, that must SCK. 𝐒𝐿, why yeah. Wendy, how about we go get you a new phone, tomorrow? 𝐒𝐿, sure, I would love to. Wendy, sweet. And they both continue to talk to each other, while Dipper is watching them from the clothes rack. Dipper, how did he get this close to her already? Suze, I was thinking the same thing dude. Dipper, Suze, don't scare me like that. Suze, sorry dude, it seems my ninja skills are stronger than I thought. Stan, Suze, get over here, I need your help. Suze, coming Grunkle Stan. Suz leaves Dipper and Dipper goes back into the rack of clothes. What he doesn't know is that Izuku and Wendy were standing in front of him. Izuku, Dipper, what are you doing? Wendy, yeah dude, I'm kinda confused here too. Dipper, oh, I was just He looks around trying to think of an excuse. Dipper, I was looking for a nickel I dropped. Suddenly Stan rushed to Dipper and tackles the clothes rack. Stan, mine, I saw it first. Dipper, Mabel help me. Izuku, Grunkle Stan, no. Izuku screams as he uses black WHP and picks Grunkle Stan up, away from Dipper. Izuku then picks the nickel up. Grunkle, gimme that coin. Izuku, no, it's mine now. Stan, what, no. Izuku, yes, and there's nothing you can do about it. Stan, fine. Izuku puts Grunkle Stan down and gives Dipper the coin. Stan, hey, how come he gets it? Izuku, because it's his coin. Stan, how do you know? Izuku, because he was looking for his lost coin, right Dipper? Dipper, why yeah. Izuku, good, now stop jumping kids and go back to whatever you were doing. Stan, fine. He says as he walks back to Suz. Izuku, you okay Dipper? Dipper, why yeah. Izuku, good, I think you should buy a wallet. Dipper, probably. Wendy was just shocked by what she saw Izuku do. First of all, he had a black tendril come out of his hand and lift Stan. And secondly, Izuku didn't hurt anyone. This just made her fall in love with Izuku more. If I remember right, Wendy doesn't like violence, so I'm thinking she would want to be with someone who doesn't fight for fun, which is Izuku of course. Wendy, W.O. Izuku, oh Sion, hey, sorry about that. He says with a nervous smile. Wendy, it's okay, I'm just surprised, that's all. Izuku, now, where were we? Wendy, I can't remember. She couldn't think about what they were talking about, because she was too busy looking into Izuku's eyes. Izuku, him. Oh that's right, you were telling me about your friends. Wendy, oh alright, anyways, me and my friends are going on a trip and I wanted to know if you would want to come with. Izuku, oh sure, I would love to go with you. Wendy, great. And for the rest of the day, they all begin to do their jobs. Suz is cleaning the messes. Wendy is the cashier. Stan is giving the adults a tour. And Izuku is showing the kids around. Hours go by and it eventually gets dark. Izuku, bye, happy travels. He says waving to the last tourist that left. Wendy, well this was a long day. Izuku, yeah, but I enjoyed it. He says as a yawn escapes his mouth. Wendy, sounds like someone is tired. Izuku, what are you yawn talking about? Wendy chuckles to herself. Wendy, well I had a blast with you today. Izuku, so did I, he says as he gives her a genuine smile. She blushes at his smile. Wendy, I'll see you tomorrow. Izuku, I hope to see you tomorrow too. And before she leaves she gives Izuku a piece of paper. He looks at it and sees a phone number. Wendy, for when we get your phone. Izuku, thanks. Wendy, anyways, bye. Izuku, bye. He says as they both wave their hands to each other. Izuku goes inside and Wendy walks a bit deeper in the forest. She looks around to see if there is anyone in sight. It's clear and starts to celebrate. Wendy, yes, I did it, I gave him my number. And she runs off back into his city with a super happy mood. Meanwhile with Izuku. Izuku is in his room and is about to fall asleep in bed until he hears someone walking around. Izuku, who is that? Izuku sits up and walks to his door. He opens it and looks down the hall. He doesn't see anyone and goes back into his room. Izuku, well, that's totally not creepy. He says as he lays back down on his bed. Izuku, but I have work tomorrow, so I need to sleep. He then lets out a yawn. Izuku, good night me. And falls asleep. We start this chapter off by seeing Izuku showing people around the shop. Izuku was wearing sleeves and black gloves. Izuku, and this is a half-man half-beaver, who would steal people's shovels, I don't know why but he did. The tourists are amazed and take pictures. Izuku, how do people not see that these are fake? After a while the tourists leave the shop. Stan, nice job kid, you're a natural. 𝐒𝐿, thanks Grunkle Stan, but this doesn't feel right. Stan, you'll get used to it, kid, that's how business works, sometimes you gotta lie so they can buy. 𝐒𝐿, I know, but it's still 𝐒𝐿, I never lied to people before. Stan, then you better start learning, kid, cause if you're living here then you're helping me run the shop. 𝐒𝐿, alright. As 𝐒𝐿 and Stan are talking, Wendy is at the cash register. She is reading a newspaper but glances towards 𝐒𝐿 every now and then. Wendy, I wonder if he would want to join, I'll ask him when the shop closes. As she is thinking to herself, Dipper walks up to her and tries to act cool in front of her. Wendy, I know Dipper likes me, but he's too young for me, I'm sure he'll understand. 𝐒𝐿, hey Wendy. Wendy, oh, what's up 𝐒𝐿? 𝐒𝐿, I was just asking if you're gonna be doing anything after work. Wendy, well, I'm gonna be hanging out with my friends, so I was gonna ask you if you wanted to join. 𝐒𝐿, sure, I got nothing else to do anyways. Wendy, sweet. As 𝐒𝐿 and Wendy are talking, Dipper is watching and he is jealous. Mabel sees Dipper glaring at 𝐒𝐿. Mabel, is someone jealous? She says with a teasing tone. Dipper, what? No, I just thought I saw something. Mabel, sure you did. Dipper, hey look over there. He says, painting behind Mabel. Mabel, heh. She turns around. Dipper then flips her hair over her head. Mabel, I can't see. 𝐒𝐿 and Wendy hear this and laugh a bit. 𝐒𝐿 walks up to Mabel and fixes her hair. 𝐒𝐿, there you go. He says as he pats her head and walks off. Mabel, I think I'm in love. Don't worry, she isn't gonna be in the ship, she just simping over 𝐒𝐿, well unless I find a way to make her older, but I'm not sure yet. Time skip. Stan has closed the mystery shack for the day and we see Wendy waiting for 𝐒𝐿. 𝐒𝐿 leaves the shack and meets up with Wendy. 𝐒𝐿, hey Wendy. Wendy, hey 𝐒𝐿. 𝐒𝐿, so, where are your friends? Wendy, they'll be here in a bit, they just texted me that they need to get gas. 𝐒𝐿, alright. They both just stand there. 𝐒𝐿, so. Wendy, so, what was that you did yesterday? 𝐒𝐿, what was what? Wendy, you know, those black tendrils things that came out of your hand. 𝐒𝐿, oh, that was my quirk. Wendy, quirk. 𝐒𝐿, it's like a superpower. Wendy, you have superpowers. 𝐒𝐿, yeah. Wendy, how did you get superpowers? 𝐒𝐿, if I tell you, will you believe me and not freak out? Wendy, yeah. 𝐒𝐿, alright, well I'm not from here, I'm from a different dimension where people around the world have a special ability they are born with called quirks. In this world there were people who used their quirks to become heroes or become villains. Wendy, wow, that's a lot to take in. 𝐒𝐿, yeah, anyways I was unlucky and I was born without a quirk. Wendy, what do you mean by unlucky? 𝐒𝐿, in my dimension, if you were born without a quirk, you were considered useless. Wendy, that must have been hard for you. 𝐒𝐿, it was, but during my high school years, the #1 hero, All Might, who gave me his quirk, and from then on I became a hero in training doing what I've always wanted to do, to save people with a smile. Wendy, wow, you must have been a great hero. 𝐒𝐿, yeah, I was. He says as he looks down. Wendy, did something happen? 𝐒𝐿, nah, it's nothing, I just miss my home. Wendy, I'm sorry. 𝐒𝐿, it's okay, it's not like it's your fault I'm here, but I'm not complaining. Wendy, but don't you miss the people that care about you? 𝐒𝐿, I would if there was anyone who did care, the only one who did was my childhood friend 𝐭𝐻𝐻. After I became a vigilante, they saw me as a villain and hated me for it, but there was also this little girl named 𝐒𝐲. Her quirk allows her to rewind whatever she touched to its previous state, she even had this cute little horn on her head. Wendy, oh, she sounds cute. 𝐒𝐿, yeah, I met her after me and other heroes saved her from a villain named Chisaki. He was using her BLD to make the bullets that were able to erase our quirks. Wendy, that sounds horrible. 𝐒𝐿, it was, we lost a great hero to during the battle, and Chisaki was dangerous, I had 𝐒𝐲 with me and he was attacking me, and whenever I use too much power in my quirk, it hurts my body and can even break my bones. Wendy, wow. 𝐒𝐿, but thanks to 𝐒𝐲's power I was able to use as much power as I could. Every time I used it she would rewind body so that it would rewind before my bones broke. Wendy, that must have hurt. 𝐒𝐿, it did, but I ignored it because A's protection was my top priority. Wendy, you are an amazing hero. 𝐒𝐿, thanks. Anyways, after I defeated Chisaki, her powers overflowed and it starts to remind faster and almost killed me. Wendy, well, at least you're okay. 𝐒𝐿, yeah, but my sensei saved me by erasing her quirk momentarily, and she passed out from exhaustion. Wendy, was she okay? 𝐒𝐿, yeah, even though we lost a great hero, we saved Eri. Wendy, I'm sorry for your loss, 𝐒𝐿. 𝐒𝐿, it's okay, we were able to talk to him one last time and he didn't regret being there to save her. Wendy, he was an amazing hero. 𝐒𝐿, better than amazing, fantastic. Wendy, so what happens with Eri? 𝐒𝐿, well, when I went to visit her to see how she was doing, she called me Papa. Wendy, she called you Papa? 𝐒𝐿, yeah, she thought of me as her dad. Wendy, what did you do after? 𝐒𝐿, well, I was okay with it, so I became her Papa. Wendy, oh, that's so sweet. 𝐒𝐿, yeah, and I miss her. Wendy, you lost so much, it must be horrible. 𝐒𝐿, yeah, but I can't sit here and be sad forever. The past is the past. I won't forget the adventures I had, they will always be in my memories, and besides I'm kinda glad to be here. Wendy, what do you mean? 𝐒𝐿, well, even though Miss Eri and 𝐭𝐻𝐿, if I wasn't sent here, I wouldn't have met you. Wendy, oh, she says, blushing. 𝐒𝐿 realizes what he said and blushes too. 𝐒𝐿, and the others too. Wendy, why, of course. And after that a minivan pulls up in front of them. 𝐒𝐿, is this them? Wendy, yeah, hey guys. Robbie, hey Wendy. Lee and Nate, yo, what's up Wendy? Tambri, hey. She says as she is on her phone. Wendy, so we have a new guy joining us today, meet 𝐒𝐿. 𝐒𝐿, hello. Lee, what's up man? Nate, whoa, is your hair naturally green? 𝐒𝐿, yeah. Nate and Lee, I love this guy already. They say as they put their arm over 𝐒𝐿's shoulders. Wendy, I love him too. 𝐒𝐿, here. Wendy, I mean I already know he is cool. Wendy, nice save Wendy. Robbie, the FK. Tambri, him. Tambri looks up from her phone and sees 𝐒𝐿. As she sees 𝐒𝐿, she sees 𝐒𝐿 and is at awe. She is blushing and her phone slips out of her hands. Wendy's friends look at Tambri in shock. She rarely looks away from her phone and she just ignored her phone that fell on the floor. 𝐒𝐿 is worried since the group is shocked. 𝐒𝐿, are you okay? Tambri snaps out of it and is blushing. Tambri, why, it just slipped out of my hand. She say as she picks up her phone and puts it in her pocket. 𝐒𝐿, well, my name is 𝐒𝐿 Midoriya, nice to meet you. He says as he puts his hand out. Tambri, why, nice to meet you too. She says as she shakes 𝐒𝐿's hand. Tambri, his hand is so soft. The group and Wendy were so confused and sorta scared. Nate, what happened to Tambri? He whispers to Lee. Lee, I don't know. He whispers to Nate. Robbie, what the FK is going on? Thompson, she never puts her phone down, is that even Tambri? Wendy, since when did Tambri act so nice? Wendy, anyways, these are my friends 𝐒𝐿. Tambri, and my name's Tambri. Nate, I'm Nate. Lee, I'm Lee, the funny one. Nate, now I'm the funny one. Lee, no, the only thing that's funny is that hairline of yours. Nate and Lee laugh at that and so does 𝐒𝐿. Wendy and Tambri blush as they hear 𝐒𝐿's laugh. Wendy and Tambri, cute. Thompson, and I'm Thompson. 𝐒𝐿, nice to meet you Thompson. He says as he shakes Thompson's hand. Wendy, and that's Robbie. Robbie, TSK. Wendy, he doesn't talk much. 𝐒𝐿, it's nice to meet you all, I hope we become great friends. Tambri, yeah. Nate, same bro. Lee, yeah, we're gonna be best friends. Thompson, awesome. Robbie, whatever. Wendy, alright then, let's get going. The group except Robbie. As they are about to leave, Dipper and Mabel come by. Dipper, hey Wendy. Mabel, hey 𝐒𝐿. 𝐒𝐿, oh, hi guys. Dipper, we were just walking by, what are you doing? Wendy, we're going to a haunted store. Dipper, sweet, can we come? Robbie, sorry Pipsqueak, but we can't bring babies with you. Izuku, of course you can come. Robbie, what? Izuku, I mean there are 6 teens including me, and 2 kids, so I'm sure 7 of us can watch you too. Tambri, I don't see why not. Wendy, sure. Nate, sure, I always wanted to know what it was like to babysit. Lee, we're gonna be awesome babysitters. Tambri, if Izuku's okay with it, they can come. Robbie, fine, but I'm not gonna help watch them. Izuku, that's alright, I'm sure we can handle 2 kids without you. Robbie, did he just say they don't need me? Mabel, let's go. She says as they all get in. Izuku, I call shotgun. Robbie, nope, sorry, I get shotgun, only the cool guys can sit in the front seat. Izuku, then I guess I'm cool. Robbie, Robbie was too busy talking about sitting in the front seat to realize that Izuku already sat in the front seat next to Wendy. Nate, haha, he beat him to it. Lee, haha. Wendy, yes. Tambri is trying not to laugh. Robbie, whatever. He says as he glares at Izuku and gets in the van. Dipper, hey Izuku. Izuku, yes Dipper. Dipper, can I sit in the front? Izuku, sure, you cool enough for the front seat. He says as he gets out and Dipper sits in front. Wendy, no, come back Izuku. Izuku sits in the back with Tambri and Mabel. Tambri, yes. Mabel, sweet. Mabel, so Izuku, while we're driving, can you tell us one of your stories when you were a hero? The group hero. Izuku, I'm not sure anyone would want to hear it, besides I don't think they believe I'm a hero. Lee, if you can prove you're a hero, then I wanna hear your story. Nate, yeah. Robbie, yeah right, it's not like he has superpowers. Dipper, come on Izuku, show them. Tambri, what is he gonna show us? Izuku, alright then. Wendy, oh you guys are in for a surprise. Izuku then uses black WHP and moves it around the van. The group is amazed by this, but Robbie is just freaked out by this. Tambri, can we touch it? Izuku, sure. They touch it and it's something they never felt before. Tambri, it feels so weird. Nate, can you make shapes with it? Lee, yeah, make a bat. Izuku, I could try. Izuku's black while then makes itself smaller and breaks into a bunch of small WHPs, and it forms a bat. Izuku moves it around and the group is amazed. Lee, that's sick. Nate, make a butterfly. Robbie, really a butterfly? Nate, what's wrong with a butterfly? Robbie, butterflies are girly. Nate was upset and just looked down. Izuku, hey, there's nothing wrong with liking butterflies. He says as he makes a butterfly with his black WHP. Everyone sees the butterfly fly around and Nate is amazed by it. Tambri takes a picture with her phone. Nate, could you send that to me? Tambri, sure. Mabel, make a unicorn. Izuku makes a small unicorn and it moves around. Mabel's head. They all ask him to make things but then notices Izuku is struggling. Tambri, Izuku, you can stop now. The black WHP retracts back into Izuku's hand. Izuku sits back and is breathing heavily. Wendy, are you okay Izuku? Izuku, yeah I'm fine, I just never used that many WHPs before. Dipper was writing stuff in his Izuku journal. Wendy, what's that Dipper? Dipper, oh it's my journal about what Izuku can do. Wendy, does he know about it? Dipper, yeah he even helped me with things I was confused about. Wendy, that's sweet of him. Mabel, do you believe us now? The group, yeah. Izuku, cool. Mabel, can you tell us one of your stories, please? Izuku, sure while we are going there. Wendy, oh right I forgot, we haven't even left yet. She says as she starts the van and they drive off. Izuku, okay, now that we are moving, this was the time I had to fight a villain named Muscular, it's also how I got these scars. He says as he takes off his gloves and rolls up his sleeves. Wendy, I always did wonder how you got those. Tambri, whoa. She says as she touches them. Tambri, does it hurt? Izuku, no, all I feel is your gentle hand. Tambri, oh. Nate, dang those look sick. Lee, what happened? Izuku, okay so what happened was. Izuku, and that's how I beat Muscular. The group is just shocked by Izuku's fight. Lee, dang dude, that must have been a hard fight. Izuku, it almost killed me, but it was worth it to save Kota. Wendy, you're a really nice guy, Izuku. Izuku, thanks Wendy. Tambri, so what happens after the fight? Izuku, well, after the fight I met up with my sensei Aizawa. I gave him to Kota and ran off to find my friends. Mabel, that's crazy Izuku, how did you keep going? Nate, yeah dude, if my arms were broken, I would have just passed out on the floor. Izuku, it was probably the adrenaline, but I didn't care, I needed to know they were okay. Dipper, so what happened after? Izuku, as I was running through the forest looking for my friends, I ran into a classmate whose name I can't remember. He did talk a lot so I never got his name. Anyways, he had a quirk where he could create multiple body parts anywhere on his body. Wendy, that sounds freaky. Izuku, yeah, I never got used to it. Mabel, what happened after? Izuku, well, he carried me on his back and we looked for the rest of our classmates. We ran for a bit and found Tokoyami. He had lost control of his quirk, but we also saw Todoroki and Bakugo using their quirks to calm down Dark Shadow. Lee, the name Dark Shadow sounds cool. Wendy, how did they calm down Dark Shadow? Izuku, they used the light from their fire and explosion to calm him down. Sunlight was Tokoyami and Dark Shadow's only weakness. Dipper is writing a bunch of things in his journal. Izuku, after they calmed him down, we were attacked by a villain, and after we defeated him, we noticed that 𝐭𝐻𝐿 was missing. Izuku, we looked around and found out he was captured by a villain who could turn you into an orb. He kidnapped 𝐭𝐻𝐿 and we ran after him. Mabel, did you catch him? Izuku, yeah, but when we did, another villain named Darby caught the orb. We were gonna go after him until a girl in a school outfit got in our way. She was about to attack us until she saw me. For some reason she wanted my BLD badly and I found it really weird. She then tackled me to the ground and was about to stab me until Uraraka tackled her to the ground. Tambri, why did she want your BLD? Izuku, I don't know, but I could tell she was blushing and I was creeped out by it since she had BLD on her face. Lee, creepy. Nate, yeah. Izuku, anyways, she girl that wanted my BLD was named Toga and she was able to get away. I got up from the floor and ran after Darby. He took 𝐭𝐻𝐿 in a portal and walked off with him. I wasn't fast enough and the villains got away and kidnapped 𝐭𝐻𝐿. Dipper, oh no, were you able to find him? Izuku, we did, but I'll tell you another time. The group groans in disappointment. Mabel, or why? Wendy, because we're here. They all look out the car windows and see a small store that looks abandoned. Izuku, I didn't expect it to look so. Lee, broken. Nate, destroyed. Dipper, creepy. Mabel, scary. Izuku, abandoned. Wendy, well, let's head inside. They all get out of the car and go to the front of the door. Lee, oh man, it's locked. Dipper, maybe there's another way in. Izuku looks through the window and sees a window ceiling. Izuku, I think I found a way inside. He says as he points to the window ceiling. Wendy, great, but how do we get up there? Izuku, I got this. He says as he starts to power up. They see green electricity coming out of Izuku and back away. Izuku jumps and lands on the ceiling. Dipper, whoa. He is amazed and starts to write something down in his notebook. Mabel, wow, that's so cool. Izuku walks towards the window ceiling and opens it. He jumps down and walks to the front door. Izuku sees there's a lock on it. Izuku, hold on, there's a lock on the door. Tambri, maybe there's a key in there. Izuku, okay, let me look around. Robbie, screw it, just break the diamond lock. Izuku, if I can't find the key then I'll break it, but I'm not gonna break the lock. Robbie, TSK, wimp. Izuku leaves the door and looks around. He goes to the cashier counter and looks in the drawers. He moves paper and stuff around and finds the key. Izuku, I got it. Wendy, nice. Nate, awesome dude. Izuku goes to the door and unlocks it. Izuku opens it and lets them in. Wendy, nice job Izuku. Izuku, thanks. He says as he rubs the back of his head. Robbie, whatever, I could have done that. Nate, sure you could. Lee, yeah, there's no way you could jump to the roof. Robbie, whatever. Izuku flicks the light switch on and off and it doesn't turn on. Izuku, I think the power's out. I'm gonna look around, maybe I could find a backup generator. Tambri, I'll come with you. 𝐒𝐿, sure, I would love your company. Tambri, yes. 𝐒𝐿 and Tambri walk to the back of the store and see a door that says employees only. Tambri, maybe it's in there. 𝐒𝐿, probably, let's check it out. They go inside and it's dark as hell. 𝐒𝐿, I can't see a thing. Tambri, hold on, let me get my phone dash. As she is about to reach in her pocket, 𝐒𝐿 trips on something and falls on Tambri. 𝐒𝐿, oh shoot, I'm so sorry, are you okay? Tambri, why, I'll be okay, let me just get my phone real quick. She reaches into her pocket and takes it out. She turns on her flashlight and sees 𝐒𝐿. They both are inches away from each other's faces. They both just stare at each other for a while and eventually snaps out of it. 𝐒𝐿 gets up off her and is blushing. 𝐒𝐿, sorry. He says as he helps her up. Tambri, it's okay. She says as she is blushing. 𝐒𝐿, anyways, let's find that generator, don't want to keep the others waiting. Tambri, alright. They both look around and see the place is dusty and trashed. Tambri, this place is really messed up. 𝐒𝐿, I know, I wonder what happened. 𝐒𝐿 and Tambri looks around a bit more and see a generator. 𝐒𝐿, there it is. 𝐒𝐿 says as he walks up to it and looks around it. Tambri, is something wrong? 𝐒𝐿, no, I'm just checking it to see if it's okay. Tambri, oh, well, is it okay? 𝐒𝐿, yeah, even though this place has been abandoned, it's a surprise that it's in good condition. Tambri, nice, let's fire it up. 𝐒𝐿 pushes a button on the generator and turns it on. 𝐒𝐿, could you go tell them to try the light now? Tambri, yeah, I'll be right back. She say as she runs off. 𝐒𝐿 looks around for the light SWCH and flicks it on. Once the light is on, he sees that the room is full of webs and dust, but the place looks in good shape. 𝐒𝐿, maybe I could fix this place up. He says as he walks out of the room and doesn't know that there is a ghost watching him. Interesting. She says as she goes invisible and follows 𝐒𝐿. 𝐒𝐿 is back with his friends and the lights are back on. Wendy, nice job you two. 𝐒𝐿 couldn't have done it without Tambri, it was super dark. Tambri, it was nothing 𝐒𝐿. 𝐒𝐿, still thanks for helping me. Tambri, you're welcome 𝐒𝐿. 𝐒𝐿, 𝐒𝐿. Tambri, as a nickname, yeah, a nickname. 𝐒𝐿, alright. The group is just watching this. Wendy is getting kinda jealous and so is Mabel. Thompson is confused. Lee and Nate are enjoying the show. And Robbie doesn't give a DMN. Nate, just kiss already. Lee, yeah, love birds. 𝐒𝐿 and Tambri blush at this. 𝐒𝐿, what? Tambri, I love birds. Lee, oh come on, we already know you both have a thing for each other. Nate, yeah, just make out already. Tambri, see, come on guys, I'm sure 𝐒𝐿 has a girlfriend already. 𝐒𝐿, actually I don't. Tambri, OFK. Tambri is blushing hard and 𝐒𝐿 is too. Wendy, come on guys, let's not do this to them. Mabel, yeah, they look uncomfortable. Dipper was shocked by Mabel, usually she is the one who ships people all the time. Dipper, does Mabel actually love 𝐒𝐿? As Nate and Lee are arguing with Mabel and Wendy, Lee gets an idea. Lee, hey Nate, come here. He says as they both whisper to each other. Nate, oh that's a good idea. They both then walk up to 𝐒𝐿 and Tambri. Nate, okay, we're sorry about this bro, you to Tambri. 𝐒𝐿, what do you mean dash? He is then picked up by Nate and Lee picks up Tambri and they both drag them to a closet. They both throw them in the closet and shut the door on them. Tambri falls on top of 𝐒𝐿 and 𝐒𝐿 is on the floor, against the wall. Lee and Nate then shut the door on them. Tambri, come on you butts, let us out. Nate, not until you both kiss. Lee, yeah, what he said. Wendy, just let them out guys. Mabel, yeah, what she said. Lee, Thompson, guard the door. He says as Thompson blocks the door. Lee and Nate then grab 4 Nerf guns and throw 2 towards Mabel and Wendy. Lee, you want them out. Nate, then take us out. Wendy, fine. Mabel, let's destroy them. And the 2 teams charge at each other with battle cries. With 𝐒𝐿 and Tambri, they are still on the floor with Tambri sitting on 𝐒𝐿's lap. The closet is pretty small and 𝐒𝐿's back is against the wall. 𝐒𝐿, so Tambri, we should just give them what they want. 𝐒𝐿𝐵, why yeah. Tambri then cups 𝐒𝐿𝐵's face with her hands and they both slowly begin to kiss. Tambri and 𝐒𝐿𝐵 slowly start to enjoy it and they both close each other's eyes and continue to kiss. 𝐒𝐿𝐵 puts his hands around her waist and Tambri puts her arms around 𝐒𝐿𝐵's neck. They both break the kiss and 𝐒𝐿𝐵 kisses Tambri's neck. Tambri, ah. She quietly mms out and covers her mouth. 𝐒𝐿𝐵, sorry. Tambri, it's okay, you caught me by surprise. 𝐒𝐿𝐵, well we kissed so, we could stop now. Tambri, yeah. 𝐒𝐿𝐵. Tambri. And they both continue to make out together. On the other side on the door, Thompson can hear the 𝐿𝐵 coming from Tambri and is blushing. Thompson, gee guys, I think they kissed already. Nate, Lee, Wendy and Mabel L at Thompson with their eyes wide open. Lee, let's go. Nate, we just made a couple bro. They both then fist bump each other. Wendy and Mabel are cessed and walk towards the closet. Wendy moves Thompson out of the way and Mabel opens the door. They both see Tambri on top of 𝐒𝐿𝐵 and their clothes are messy. Tambri's shirt is falling off her shoulder and 𝐒𝐿𝐵's face is full of lipstick kisses. Wendy. Mabel. Dipper. Nate. Robbie. Thompson. Lee. Nice. Tambri gets off 𝐒𝐿𝐵 and 𝐒𝐿𝐵 gets off the floor. They both fix their clothes and leave the closet. Tambri, dear, we kissed, are you happy now? Lee. Nate, absolutely. 𝐒𝐿𝐵, well, now that that's over, what now? Wendy, first off, this. She says as she grabs 𝐒𝐿𝐵's jacket and pulls him into a kiss. Everyone looks at them in shock. Dipper, what? Robbie, what the FK? Tambri, whoa. Nate, whoa, bro, do see what I see? Lee, yeah bro, a love triangle. Mabel, oh man, he's already taken. 𝐒𝐿𝐵, what is going on? Wendy breaks the kiss and lets go of 𝐒𝐿𝐵. Wendy, there. Tambri, what the hell Wendy, you can't just kiss another girl's man. She says she hugs 𝐒𝐿𝐵's arm. Wendy, well I met him first. She says as she hugs his other arm. Tambri, that doesn't matter. Wendy, whatever, I'm sure he would rather date me, right 𝐒𝐿𝐵? Tambri, no way, he'll date me, right 𝐒𝐿𝐵? 𝐒𝐿𝐵 dash Wendy, come on 𝐒𝐿𝐵 you gotta pick. Tambri, yeah. 𝐒𝐿𝐵 I can dash. They are interrupted by the building shaking. 𝐒𝐿𝐵, what the? They then see a ghost that looks like a woman come out of the ground. Who dares disturb my slumber? The group is shocked and scared. 𝐒𝐿𝐵, we're sorry for waking you, we didn't mean to dash. Silence. 𝐒𝐿𝐵, as punishment for disturbing my slumber, you will have to 𝐒𝐿𝐵, give me a minute, I'm thinking right now. As the ghost is thinking, 𝐒𝐿𝐵 looks around and gets an idea. 𝐒𝐿𝐵, I could run the store for you. Him. 𝐒𝐿𝐵, I could run the store for you. The ghost thinks for a moment and come to a conclusion. Very well, come back tomorrow in the evening, now leave. She says as the front doors burst open and everyone leaves. That was fun. She says as she closes the front doors. 𝐒𝐿𝐵 and the others are outside and thinking about everything that has happened. Wendy, well that happened. Tambri, what now? 𝐒𝐿𝐵, we go home. Everyone looks towards 𝐒𝐿𝐵 and they all agree. Wendy, well 𝐒𝐿𝐵, who is it gonna be? Tambri, yeah, have you decided? 𝐒𝐿𝐵, I'm sorry but I can't choose between the both of you. Wendy, what? Tambri, what do you mean? 𝐒𝐿𝐵, I can't choose between one of you. You're both so appealing and fun to be around, and if I chose one of you, I'm afraid it would ruin your friendship. The two girls look down. 𝐒𝐿𝐵, so I'm sorry but I just can't. Wendy. Tambri. The girls are upset. 𝐒𝐿𝐵, you guys can take the van, I'm gonna walk back to the shack. Dipper, what why? 𝐒𝐿𝐵, I just need to think right now. Dipper, okay then. 𝐒𝐿𝐵, I'll see you later, I guess. Tambri, wait 𝐒𝐿𝐵. Wendy, weary as 𝐒𝐿𝐵 then dashes off and leaves a green lighting trail behind. The group is just down in the dumps and they all get in the car. Dipper sits in the back and starts to write stuff down. Dipper, super speed. We see 𝐒𝐿𝐵 cleaning up a bit. Wendy has been trying to talk to 𝐒𝐿𝐵, but he always finds a way to avoid her. 𝐒𝐿𝐵 just feels uncomfortable around her and doesn't want to talk about last night. Wendy, it, we really messed up. After 𝐒𝐿𝐵 is done cleaning up, he goes to Grunkle Stan. 𝐒𝐿𝐵, excuse me, Grunkle Stan. Stan, what is it, kid? 𝐒𝐿𝐵, well, I wanted to know if I could leave early. I have another job, so if you don't mind, I would really like to dash. Stan, sure kid, just come back before it gets too dark. 𝐒𝐿𝐵, okay, thanks Grunkle Stan. He says as he runs out of the shack. Stan, you're welcome kid. Dipper, it's been like what, 2-3 days and you are already super close to him. Stan, no I'm not, I just don't want the kid to get hurt, that's all. Dipper, that's the same, the Grunkle Stan. Stan, whatever. Stan says as he leaves. Dipper, I wonder if 𝐒𝐿𝐵 can do anything else. I'll ask him when he gets back. Meanwhile, with 𝐒𝐿𝐵, he is dashing to the store and is also thinking about things. 𝐒𝐿𝐵, was I to hair on them? Maybe I should talk to the girls, maybe we could work something out. As he is thinking, he just arrived to the store. 𝐒𝐿𝐵 enters the store and looks around. 𝐒𝐿𝐵, where do I start? You can start by cleaning the dust and cobwebs first. 𝐒𝐿𝐵 jumps and turns around to see the ghost women. 𝐒𝐿𝐵, Jesus, you scared me. Sorry, I just love to scare people. 𝐒𝐿𝐵, I can tell. Anyways, thanks for doing this, it's really nice of you. 𝐒𝐿𝐵, it's no problem, and besides, you would have probably hurt my friends if I didn't. I wasn't really gonna do anything. 𝐒𝐿𝐵, oh sorry. It's okay, I know you didn't mean it like that. 𝐒𝐿𝐵, okay, well anyways, it would really help if I know your name. Oh yeah, my name is, 𝐒𝐿𝐵, what's wrong? I don't remember my name. 𝐒𝐿𝐵, really, that's weird. I remembered how I died, but why can't I remember my name? 𝐒𝐿𝐵, I don't know, but I can think of a name for you. Oh. 𝐒𝐿𝐵, how about Evelyn? Evelyn, oh I like that name. 𝐒𝐿𝐵, nice, alright, let's get started. He says as he takes off his jacket. Evelyn, okay. And they both start to clean the store and they both have a good time together. Time skip. After some cleaning, the day is over and 𝐒𝐿𝐵 is tired and his shirt is now see-through. 𝐒𝐿𝐵, nice, this place looks twice as better. Evelyn, why yeah. Evelyn, I didn't know he was so muscular. 𝐒𝐿𝐵 realizes the sun is setting and is getting ready to go home. 𝐒𝐿𝐵, see, I gotta get home quick, I told Grunkle Stan I would get home before it got dark. Evelyn, oh no, hurry. 𝐒𝐿𝐵, alright, see ya tomorrow. He says as he dashes home. Evelyn waves goodbye to 𝐒𝐿𝐵 and goes back into the store. Evelyn is muscular and hot. She says as she covers her face and floats around blushing. Meanwhile, 𝐒𝐿𝐵 is dashing to the shack and has already made it back. He slows down and goes through the door. He looks around and notices Mabel and Dipper in the living room. 𝐒𝐿𝐵, hey guys. Dipper, hey 𝐒𝐿𝐵. Mabel, hi 𝐒𝐿𝐵. 𝐒𝐿𝐵, what you guys doing? Dipper, we're just watching a movie. Mabel, yeah, it's about pirates fighting robots. 𝐒𝐿𝐵, that sounds interesting. Dipper, wanna watch with us? 𝐒𝐿𝐵, sure, I got nothing else to do. He says as he sits on the floor next to Mabel. Mabel, 𝐒𝐿𝐵 is sitting next to me. Mabel cheers to herself and lays her head on 𝐒𝐿𝐵's shoulder. 𝐒𝐿𝐵 notices but doesn't do anything since he thinks she's just tired. The three of them watch the movie together and eventually the twins fall asleep. 𝐒𝐿𝐵 notices and turns the TV off. He picks up Dipper and Mabel and goes to their room. He puts Mabel in bed and covers her in the blanket. He then puts Dipper in bed and takes Dipper's hat off and puts it on his desk. 𝐒𝐿𝐵, good night guys. He says and leaves the room, closing the door behind him. 𝐒𝐿𝐵 goes to his room and takes his jacket off. 𝐒𝐿𝐵, I should go take a shower. He says and leaves his room to go take a shower. Short time skip. After he finishes taking a shower, he comes back in new clothes and goes to his jacket. 𝐒𝐿𝐵, I should get this washed. He says and puts it on the chair in his room. 𝐒𝐿𝐵, but that can wait until tomorrow, I'm tired. He says as he flips on the bed. 𝐒𝐿𝐵's muscles feel relaxed and he immediately passes out. Meanwhile, Wendy and Tambry are talking to each other on the phone. Wendy has been avoiding us since yesterday, we need to talk to him about it. Tambri, I know, but how can we when he is always avoiding us? Wendy, I don't know, but for now, let's leave him be. Tambri, we shouldn't have put so much pressure on him. Wendy, yeah, I know, wait, I think I have an idea. Tambri, what is it? Wendy, what if we share him? Tambri, what do you mean? Wendy, we both love him, right? Tambri, yeah. Wendy, so why can't we both love him? Tambri, oh, now I get it, maybe he can choose us both. Wendy, exactly. Tambri, but how do we get him to listen to us? Wendy, we trap him. Tambri, what do you think we can do? It's not like we can lock him and ourselves in a room. Wendy, or maybe we can. Tambri, I hope I don't regret this. Wendy, I'll see YA tomorrow. Tambri. Tambri, yeah, see you soon. And they both hang up. Meanwhile, in the Ma universe, the pros are interrogating Kurogiri. Aizawa, where did you send my Doria? Kurogiri, I don't know, when I was attacked I sent him somewhere and I don't know where. Aizawa is frustrated. Bakugo, listen you Misty FK, if you don't tell us where Izuku is right now, I'll blow your butt up. As he says this, the door behind him and Aizawa opens, revealing Nejaya holding a. Bakugo, Nejaya, what are you doing here? Nejaya, I need to know if Izuku is okay. Eri, is Papa okay? Aizawa, we don't know. This guy won't tell us. Kurogiri, isn't he that the little girl who has the power to rewind? I'm sure MSTR would love to have her. As soon as Aizawa blinks, Kurogiri makes a portal under Nejaya and Eri, and as soon as the girls fall through, Bakugo explodes Kurogiri and knocks him out. Aizawa, no, FK, Bakugo, FK, it happened again. Bakugo stomps towards Kurogiri, who is still knocked out. Bakugo, where the FK did you take them? He says as he shakes him violently. Aizawa, Bakugo, stop, he's knocked out and we won't get answers if you kill him. Bakugo stops and lets Kurogiri go. Bakugo, they better be fine or this FK is dead. Aizawa, I'm sure they'll be fine, I hope. We see Dipper and Mabel waking up in their beds. Dipper, morning Mabel. Mabel, morning Dipper. They get out of bed and almost immediately smell something amazing. Dipper, Mabel, do you smell that? Mabel, I do, it's Mabel and Dipper, pancakes. As they both shout pancakes, they run downstairs and into the kitchen to see Izuku making pancakes. Izuku, oh, good morning guy. Mabel, you're making pancake. Izuku, yeah, would you both like some? Dipper, of course. Mabel, yes, please. They say as they sit down on the table. Izuku is done and gives Dipper and Mabel pancakes. Izuku gives them syrup, and as soon as the syrup was on the pancakes, they took a spit out of the pancakes. Izuku, so, what do you guys think? Dipper. Mabel. Izuku, guys. Dipper and Mabel begin to tear up. Izuku, was it that bad? Dipper, this is the best thing we ever ate. Mabel, it's like an explosion of flavor was set off in mouth. Izuku, so it's good. Mabel, it's better than good. Dipper, it's delicious. Izuku, phew, you guys scared me. Dipper and Mabel, sorry. Izuku, it's alright. Izuku leaves the kitchen and goes to his room. He grabs his jacket and clothes and leaves his room to do laundry. Time skip. Izuku goes back to his room and puts his laundry on his bed. After some folding, he puts his clothes away and sits on his bed. Izuku, I hope Eri is okay. He says as he just lays there, thinking about how Eri is doing. Meanwhile, we see Nejaya and Eri falling through the sky. Nejaya is able to fix herself in the air and is flying. Nejaya, are you okay, Eri? Eri nods her head as she has her eyes closed. Nejaya, good, now where are we? She says as she looks around. She then sees a sign that says, Welcome to Gravity Falls. Nejaya, Gravity Falls. Well, maybe we could find some help, let's go. She says as she flies into Gravity Falls. Time skip. After hours of flying, she sees a shack called Mystery Shack. Nejaya, maybe whoever is there can help us. She says as she flies towards it. She lands on the ground and walks to the door. She knocks on the door and hears someone. Mabel, 1 second. She waits and the door flies open. Mabel, gasp, your hair is so pretty. 𝐂𝐸𝐻, thanks. Mabel, what's your name? 𝐂𝐸𝐻, you can call me 𝐂𝐸𝐻. Mabel, okay 𝐂𝐸𝐻. 𝐂𝐸𝐻, and what's your name? Mabel, Mabel Pines. 𝐂𝐸𝐻, nice to meet you Mabel. Mabel, and who is this little girl? 𝐂𝐸𝐻, oh, this is 𝐸. Mabel, 𝐸. 𝐂𝐸𝐻, is something wrong? Mabel, that's the little girl Izuku was talking about. 𝐂𝐸𝐻, wait, you know Izuku? Papa is here. Mabel, yeah, he's actually living with us. 𝐂𝐸𝐻, can we see him? Mabel, of course. She say as she lets them in. Mabel, Izuku, could you come here a sec? Izuku, sure, I'll be right down. 𝐂𝐸𝐻, it really is Izuku. Papa. Izuku, what? He run downstairs and sees 𝐸𝐻 in 𝐂𝐸𝐻's arms. Izuku, 𝐸𝐻, Papa. She says as she jumps out of 𝐂𝐸𝐻's arms. Izuku, 𝐸𝐻. He says as crouches down and has his arms out. She jumps into Izuku's arms and Izuku catches her. Izuku, it really is you. I missed you so much. Papa, we missed you. She said in tears. Izuku, sure it's okay, don't cry, I'm here now. Izuku and 𝐸𝐻 embrace each other and are in tears of joy. 𝐂𝐸𝐻 can't help but also tear up in this appealing reunion. After that appealing reunion, 𝐸𝐻 is asleep in Izuku's arms and Izuku lays her on the living room chair. 𝐂𝐸𝐻, I'm so glad you're okay. Izuku, wait, you're glad I'm okay? I thought you hated me. 𝐂𝐸𝐻, why would I hate you? You're an amazing person and a true hero. Izuku, but I became 𝐂𝐻, a vigilante, and I understand why. Izuku, so, we're good. 𝐂𝐻, we've always been good. She said as she hugs Izuku. Izuku is hesitant to hug but eventually does and hugs her tight. Izuku, I missed you. 𝐂𝐻, so did I, Mabel. Izuku and 𝐂𝐻 look at Mabel. Mabel, so, what are you two? A couple. Izuku, what? 𝐂𝐻, and no, we're just friends. 𝐂𝐻, even though I wanna be more than friends, but he probably doesn't like me that way. Izuku, why, just friends? He says as he is blushing. 𝐂𝐻 notices his blush. 𝐂𝐻, do I have a chance? Mabel, alright then. Izuku, so, what now? 𝐂𝐻, well, I should find somewhere to stay. Mabel, well, she can't stay here, we don't have any more room. Izuku, she could stay with me in my room. Mabel and 𝐂𝐻, what? Izuku, if you're okay with sharing 𝐂𝐻. 𝐂𝐻, this could help me get closer to Izuku. 𝐂𝐻, I am okay with it. Izuku, alright, let me show you where it is. He says as he picks 𝐸𝐻 up and goes to his room, with 𝐂𝐻 following him. Dipper was just watching the whole thing. Dipper, what just happened? Izuku enters his room with 𝐂𝐻 and lays 𝐸𝐻 on the bed. 𝐂𝐻, wow, this place looks so comfy. Izuku, yeah, it was nice of them to let me stay. Izuku looks out the window and sees that it's dark out. Izuku, well, we should get to bed now. You can take the bed, I'll just sleep on the floor. 𝐂𝐻, no, you take the bed, it is your room after all. Izuku, it is, but you the guest. 𝐂𝐻, fine, how about this, let's sleep on the bed together. Izuku, together. 𝐂𝐻, yes, now come on. She says as she grabs Izuku's hand and gets in bed with him. 𝐸𝐻 is between Izuku and 𝐂𝐻. Izuku is facing 𝐸𝐻 and 𝐂𝐻 is facing the opposite direction. 𝐂𝐻, this is so awkward, what do I say? Should I say something? Suddenly she feels Izuku hugging her. 𝐂𝐻, Izuku. She turns around and sees that he's asleep. She is blushing and turns around to cuddle with him. 𝐂𝐻, I hope he doesn't mind. 𝐸𝐻 is sleeping in the middle of Izuku and 𝐂𝐻 and the three of them are cuddling together, like a family. We see 𝐸𝐻 waking up in the middle of Izuku and 𝐂𝐻. She sees 𝐂𝐻 cuddling with her and Izuku. 𝐸𝐻, Papa and Ms. 𝐂𝐻 are sleeping together. She then feels Izuku and 𝐂𝐻's arms around her and each other. She smiles and closes her eyes and begins to fall asleep. 𝐸𝐻, is she my mama now? She thinks to herself and falls asleep smiling. Time skip. Izuku wakes up and tries to get up, only to realize that Eri is asleep on his chest while 𝐻𝐻𝐼a is hugging him. Izuku and 𝐻𝐻𝐼a. He is blushing but realizes that he is also holding them both. Izuku thinks for a moment and calms down. He pets Eri's head and fixes his arm that's holding 𝐻𝐻𝐼a. He notices the two start to smile in their sleep, which makes him smile as well. Izuku, you know what, I'll just let it happen, he says as he lays back and closes his eyes. Izuku, do I love 𝐻𝐻𝐼a? And if I do, what do I do about Wendy and Tambri? Eri, Papa. Izuku, what wrong? Eri, is Ms. 𝐻𝐻𝐼a my new mama? Izuku, I'm not sure Snowflake. Eri, him, okay Papa, she says as she goes back to sleep. Izuku, what time is it? He looks around for his phone and sees it on the dresser next to the bed. He takes his hand off of Eri and reaches for his phone. He grabs it and checks the time. Izuku, 7, he puts his phone back on the dresser and stretches. Izuku, it's early but I should get up anyway. He then slowly gets Eri off of him and places Eri in 𝐻𝐻𝐼a's hug. Izuku takes a moment to look at the two. Izuku, or they both look cute, I should really get a phone. Perhaps Tambri would like to help me. He covers them not in a blanket and leaves his room. Meanwhile, Tambri is on her phone since she couldn't get any sleep. She was too busy thinking about Izuku, she was worried she ruined their friendship together. Tambri, FK. I'm not sure what Wendy is planning, but I hope it doesn't make things worse. She looks out her window and sees the sun is rising. Tambri, I should got see how Izuku is doing, she says as she gets out of bed and starts to change. Tambri, if I remember right, Wendy said he was living at the mystery shack. She finishes changing and leaves her room. As she is heading downstairs, she sees her mom drinking coffee in the living room. Tambri's mom, good morning. Tambri, morning mom. Tambri's mom, where are you heading off to? Tambri, I'm going to see how Izuku is doing. Tambri's mom, oh, you mean that kid you're in love with? She says in a teasing tone. Tambri, mom. Don't say it like that. Tambri's mom, why are you so embarrassed? It's just us, it's not like anyone else is gonna hear us. Tambri, I don't know but just stop it please. Tambri's mom, fine I'll stop. Tambri, good, I'll see you later mom. Tambri's mom, be careful Tambri. And Tambri leaves her home. Time skip. Tambri has just arrived at the mystery shack. She knocks on the front door and begins to fix her hair and clothes. The door opens, revealing Izuku standing there. Izuku, Tambri. Tambri, hey Izuku, how you doing? Izuku, I'm doing fine but why are you here? Tambri, oh sorry, did you not want me to come here? Izuku, no, that's not what I meant. Tambri, oh. They both stand there in silence. Izuku, so, what are you doing here? Tambri, well, I wanted to apologize for what me and Wendy made you go through. Izuku, it's okay Tambri, I already forgave you two anyways. Tambri, really? Izuku, yep, it's water under the bridge. Tambri was relieved that she didn't lose Izuku. Tambri, so, I wanted to know if you're planning on doing anything today. Izuku, I don't think so. Why? Tambri, well I was thinking we could go get you a phone. Izuku, well I would love to go with you. Tambri, great, if you're ready to go, then let's say, Papa. Izuku turns around to see Eri standing behind him. Izuku, good morning Snowflake. Eri, good morning Papa. Izuku, did you get a good night's sleep? Eri, yes but Papa, who is she? Izuku, oh this is a friend of mine, he says as she steps out of the way letting Eri see her in full view. Tambri, hi I'm Tambri, it's nice to meet you. Eri, I'm Eri. Tambri, it's nice to meet you Eri, she says in a sweet voice trying to make a good impression on Eri. And it works. Tambri, Izuku could I talk to you for a sec? Izuku, sure. Izuku says as he crouches down to Eri. Izuku, could you get 𝐻𝐻𝐼a for me Snowflake? Eri, yes Papa, she says as she runs to Izuku's room to wake up 𝐻𝐻𝐼a. Izuku, so, what did you want to tell me? He says as he turns around. Once he does he sees Tambri's face and she looks mad. Tambri, you have a daughter. She screams silently. 𝐒𝐿𝐭𝐻𝐲 𝐔𝐻𝐝. Calm down and let me explain. Tambri, who is the mother? 𝐒𝐿𝐭𝐻𝐲 what? There is no mother. Tambri, what do you mean? 𝐒𝐿𝐭𝐻𝐲, if you calm down I can explain. Tambri takes a few deep breaths and calms down. Tambri, you better have a good explanation for this my Doria. 𝐒𝐿𝐭𝐻𝐲 𝐔𝐬𝐵, she used my last name. 𝐒𝐿𝐭𝐻𝐲 she's not my actual daughter. Tambri here. 𝐒𝐿𝐭𝐻𝐲 she's my adopted daughter. Tambri adopted. 𝐒𝐿𝐭𝐻𝐲 I'll explain it later. Tambri, okay, but who is 𝐂𝐩𝐬𝐽? 𝐒𝐿𝐭𝐻𝐲 she is my 𝐂𝐩𝐬𝐽, hey 𝐒𝐿𝐭𝐻𝐲. She says as she hugs 𝐒𝐿𝐭𝐻𝐲 from behind. 𝐒𝐿𝐭𝐻𝐲 hey 𝐂𝐩𝐬𝐽, how are you doing? 𝐂𝐩𝐽, I'm okay, so who's your friend here? Tambri, hi it's nice to meet you, I'm Tambri. She says trying to hide her anger. 𝐂𝐩𝐽, nice to meet you I'm 𝐂𝐩𝐽. Tambri, well 𝐒𝐿𝐭𝐻𝐲, I think we should get a move on. 𝐒𝐿𝐭𝐻𝐲 alright, 𝐂𝐩𝐽 can you watch 𝐴 while I'm gone? 𝐂𝐩𝐽, of course 𝐒𝐿𝐭𝐻𝐲, just come back quick, me and 𝐴 want to spend some time with you. 𝐒𝐿𝐭𝐻𝐲 Tambri, come on we don't want to get there when it's too dark. She says as she pulls 𝐒𝐿𝐭𝐻𝐲 away from 𝐂𝐩𝐽 and drags him away. 𝐂𝐩𝐽 what the she just snatches 𝐒𝐿𝐭𝐻𝐲 away from me. She watches Tambri run off with 𝐒𝐿𝐭𝐻𝐲. Time skip. We see 𝐒𝐿𝐭𝐻𝐲 and Tambri leaving the store with 𝐒𝐿𝐭𝐻𝐲's new phone. 𝐒𝐿𝐭𝐻𝐲 thanks for helping me get this Tambri. Tambri, it's no problem 𝐒𝐿𝐭𝐻𝐲. 𝐒𝐿𝐭𝐻𝐲, so, could I get your number? Tambri here. 𝐒𝐿𝐭𝐻𝐲, your number, could I get your number? Tambri oh, of course. Tambri gives 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐻 her number and he adds it to his contacts. 𝐒𝐿𝐭𝐻𝐻, thanks. Tambri, yeah, you're welcome. 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐻, well we have enough time to hang out a bit. What do you say we go get something to eat? Tambri, sure. They both then spend their time together. First they went to get something to eat. Walked around while talking to each other. 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐻 told Tambri about all things he'd done in his universe. Tambri was amazed by how strong and heroic 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐻 was. This just made her fall for him more. Right now we see them sitting on a bench in the park. The park is empty with no one in sight. 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐻 and then we found Denki tapes to the ceiling. Tambri laughs, how did he even get up there? 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐻 𝐭𝐻𝐻 taped him to the ceiling because he was being annoying, is what 𝐭𝐻𝐻 told me. Tambri, he must have had a bad temper. 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐻 yeah, he sure did. Tambri notices 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐻 looks a bit upset. Tambri, is something wrong 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐻? She says as she places her hand on 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐻's leg. 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐻 I just miss my friend, even though he was mean to people and had huge outbursts, he was still my childhood friend. And we both cared so much about each other. Tambri, I am sorry 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐻, maybe you will see him again. 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐻, I'm not so sure that will happen. Tambri, he listened to me. She says as she cups 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐻's cheek with her hand. Tambri, I understand what it's like to lose a friend, but you should never lose hope. Maybe one day you will see your friend again. 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐻, you think so? Tambri, I know so. 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐻, sigh, how did I ever get so lucky to have a good friend like you? Tambri, I should be asking you that, but not as friends. She says as she moves 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐻's face facing her. 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐻 then as what? Tambri, as lovers. She says as she kisses 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐻's lips. 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐻 was about to push her away, but for some reason it felt right. Tambri closes her eyes and wraps her arms around 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐻's neck. 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐻 kisses her back as she sits on 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐻. He wraps his arms around her waist and they continue to make out. She takes her arms off of 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐻's neck and slides her hands under 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐻's shirt. 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐻 then slides his hands down and gently grabs her butt. 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐻 then slides his hands down and gently grabs her, but she lets out a small mmm as she continues to kiss 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐻. 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐻 breaks the kiss. 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐻, sorry I shouldn't have Tambri. It's okay 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐻. She says as she kisses 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐻 once more. 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐻 continues to kiss her until he gets a glimpse of the sky. The sun is starting to set. 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐻. 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐻 breaks the kiss again. Tambri, what's wrong? 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐻, the sun is almost out, I gotta get back to the shack. He says as Tambri gets off him and they both stand up. Tambri, yeah, I should get home too. 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐻, I really enjoyed my time with you Tambri. he says as he holds her hands in front of him. 𝐒𝐿, I'll see you later, he says as he gives her a kiss on the cheek and runs off. Tambri, I love you 𝐒𝐿. 𝐒𝐿, I love you too, he says as he leaves her sight. Tambri waits a bit to process what had happened. Tambri. And then Tambri, yes. I did it. Ha ha ha. She jumps around with joy. Little does she know, Wendy was watching the whole thing from behind a bush. Wendy, first phase of the plan is complete, now onto the final phase. Why did it take me a day to plan out the shortest plan on the world? I don't know, but it's working. She then sneaks away. And little did she know that as she was spying on Tambri, she was also being spied on by Mabel. Mabel, how did she get so lucky with 𝐒𝐿? I'm not giving up, I will find a way to get older. And then I'll have a chance. She then sneaks away. But little did she know that as she was spying on Wendy, who was spying on Tambri, she was being spied on by Dipper. Dipper, why am I here again? Tyke skip. We see 𝐒𝐿 watching TV with 𝐒𝐻𝐼A and 𝐴. 𝐴 is sleeping with her head on his lap, while 𝐒𝐻𝐼A has her head on his shoulder. He didn't care about 𝐒𝐻𝐼A's head on his shoulder cause he was too busy celebrating. 𝐒𝐿, I can't believe it, I got a girlfriend. What will 𝐴 think of this? Will she be okay with this? I'll tell her tomorrow. 𝐒𝐻𝐼A, hey 𝐒𝐿. 𝐒𝐿, yeah 𝐒𝐻𝐼A. 𝐒𝐻𝐼A, I wanted to tell you this for a long time, so here it goes. 𝐒𝐿 looks towards 𝐒𝐻𝐼A, which makes her even more nervous. 𝐒𝐻𝐼A, ever since we first met I have been feeling something towards you, and I wanted to tell you about it, but I was always scared that you would hate me if I told you. 𝐒𝐿, wait, is she? 𝐒𝐻𝐼A, so what I wanted to tell you is that I like you 𝐒𝐿. 𝐒𝐿, oh no, what do I tell her? 𝐒𝐿 is freaking out. He doesn't know what to tell her, he really likes her too, but he already has a girlfriend. 𝐒𝐿, 𝐒𝐻𝐼A, I is something wrong. If you don't like me that way, then I understand. As she says this, 𝐒𝐿 notices tears forming in her eyes. 𝐒𝐿, I'm sorry Tambri. 𝐒𝐿, I like you too. 𝐒𝐻𝐼A, really? 𝐒𝐿, why yeah. 𝐒𝐻𝐼A then kisses 𝐒𝐿 on the lips as she has tears in her eyes. 𝐒𝐿 closes his eyes, he feels bad for what he is doing, but he didn't want to break 𝐒𝐻𝐼A's heart. 𝐒𝐻𝐼A breaks the kiss and hugs him. 𝐒𝐻𝐼A, thank you, thank you, thank you. 𝐒𝐿, what are you thanking me for? 𝐒𝐻𝐼A, for loving me. 𝐒𝐿 feels like he was stabbed in the heart by guilt. 𝐒𝐿, oh of course, I wouldn't have said that if I didn't mean it. 𝐒𝐻𝐼A, I'm so happy right now. 𝐒𝐿, yeah. So am I. 𝐒𝐿, what have I done? We see 𝐒𝐿 in the store he helped clean with the ghost girl. I need to think of a name for the abandoned store. Any thoughts of what it should be called? I would love to hear some of them. Right now 𝐒𝐿 is working on the cashier. 𝐒𝐿, that would be $8.45 ma'am. Random women, do you accept squirrels? 𝐒𝐿, what? 𝐒𝐿, no, only cash ma'am. Random women, okay fine. She pays for what she was buying and leaves the store. 𝐒� closes the store and walks back to the counter. 𝐒�, that was weird. Evelyn, tell me about it. 𝐒�, the fu, he panics and falls on the floor. Evelyn, oh shoot, I'm so sorry, are you okay? 𝐒�, I am fine. Evelyn helps 𝐒� up and dusts him off. Evelyn, I didn't mean to scare you. I mean I did be, but I also did, and she covers her face with her hands with a big blush on his face. Evelyn, this is so embarrassing. 𝐒� is about to say something to her until he feels his phone starts to ring. He hears the Gravity Falls theme song from his phone and answers it. 𝐒�, hello. Tambri, hey Zuzu. 𝐒�, Zuzu. 𝐒�, hey Tambri, how are you doing? Tambri, I'm doing good, what are you doing? 𝐒�, I'm just working at the store for Evelyn and I gotta say, I'm starting to like it here. Evelyn, is that Tambri girl? She says as she come from behind 𝐒�. Evelyn, hi Tambri. She says as she screams into 𝐒�'s phone. 𝐒�, owmyear. He says as he moves the phone from his ear. Evelyn then grabs his phone and runs off with it. 𝐒�, Evelyn, stop, I just got that phone yesterday. He shouts as he chases after her. He chases her around the store, and while he is, Evelyn is talking to Tambri on the phone. Evelyn, hi, I'm Evelyn. Tambri, wait, you're that ghost girl, right? Evelyn, yep, and 𝐒𝐿 is here helping me out with the store. 𝐒𝐿, give me back my phone, Evelyn. He says as he jumps at Evelyn. Evelyn sees 𝐒𝐿 jump at her and screams. 𝐒𝐿 smacks into her and falls on the floor with her. She drops the phone, but 𝐒𝐿 catches it with his black WHP. 𝐒𝐿, phew, thank God I was able to catch it. I wouldn't want to break another foe. As he looks down, he notices the position him and Evelyn are in. They are both inches away from each other's faces. 𝐒𝐿 waist is pressed against hers and they are both just staring into each other's eyes. 𝐒𝐿, 0////0 Evelyn, 0////0 𝐒𝐿, I am sorry. He says as he tries to push himself up. His hand slips and he falls on Evelyn. And his lips land on Evelyn's. They both blush hard as this happens. Before 𝐒𝐿 could get up and apologize, Evelyn hugs 𝐒𝐿 and wraps her legs around him. 𝐒𝐿 has made a new color from blushing to hard. Evelyn's eyes are heart-shaped and 𝐒𝐿 can see that. He looks towards his phone and noticed that the call ended. 𝐒𝐿, I must have ended the call when I fell. 𝐒𝐿 looks back towards Evelyn and sees that she is enjoying the kiss. 𝐒𝐿 eventually gives in and kisses her back. He wraps his arms around and breaks the kiss. 𝐒𝐿 then kisses her neck and accidentally nibbles on it a bit. Evelyn lets out a and grasps onto 𝐒�l's shirt. 𝐒𝐿 backs off and looks towards Evelyn. 𝐒𝐿, I am so sorry. I don't know what came over me. Evelyn just stares at 𝐒�l's eyes. She sees his emerald eyes shine in the dark as his shadow covers the front of his body. 𝐒𝐿, please forgive me. I didn't mean to. He is cut off as Evelyn kisses 𝐒𝐿 again. She flips him around and ends up on top of him. She breaks the kiss and slides her hand under his shirt. She can feel his muscles and she loves it. 𝐒𝐿, Evelyn. He shouts as he is blushing. He could feel her cold hands move around his chest and abs. Even if they are cold, they feel soft and comfortable. Evelyn, sure, just sit back and let me handle it. She says as she takes her hands out of his shirt and moves her hands down to his breaths. Before she could do anything, 𝐒𝐿 grabs her hands and she looks at 𝐒𝐿. He is blushing hard and has his eyes closed. Evelyn, 𝐒𝐿. 𝐒𝐿, I am sorry, but I can't, I'm not ready for this. Evelyn, I see. I'm sorry. She says as she gets up off of him. 𝐒𝐿, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. It's okay, you can go now. She says as the front doors open. 𝐒𝐿, are you sure? I could stay a bit long, Evelyn. No, you can go now. She says as she floats away from 𝐒𝐿. 𝐒𝐿, good job 𝐒𝐿. He then leaves the store feeling bad for Evelyn. To him, he basically just rejected her. 𝐒𝐿, you probably just ruined your friendship with her, you idiot. He then walks back to the shack with his head down. Meanwhile, we see Tambri, who is with Wendy. Tambri, so let me get this straight, your plan is to make a HM for 𝐒𝐿. Wendy, up. Tambri, but what if 𝐒𝐿 doesn't like it? Wendy, I didn't think that far ahead. Tambri, Sai, maybe we should tell him about this, you know. Wendy, yeah, I guess you're right. Come on, let's go to the mystery shack. Tambri, I'm right behind you. And they both head to the shack. Meanwhile, we see Evelyn, who is in the employees only room. She has the lights off and is sitting on the floor hugging her knees in tears. She is crying to herself and hates herself for what she did to 𝐒𝐿. Evelyn, why did I do that to 𝐒𝐿? I must have made him really uncomfortable. She says to herself as tears begin to stream down her eyes. Evelyn, he was the only friend I had. And I ruined it. Now I'm all alone again, with no one to make me smile. Evelyn, I'm sorry 𝐒𝐿, please. Don't leave me. She says to herself as she continues to cry to herself. As she is crying, she hears a phone ringing outside her door. She gets up and opens the door and sees 𝐒�l's phone on the floor. Evelyn, here. She picks it up and sees Tambri calling. She answers it and hears Tambri's voice on the other side. Evelyn, hi Tambri. Tambri, Evelyn. Why do you shave 𝐒�l's phone? Evelyn, He forgot his phone when he left. Tambri, CRP, okay, can you take his phone back to him? Evelyn, probably. Tambri, okay, great, I'll talk to you later. CYA Evelyn. Evelyn, yep, bye. And she hangs up. Evelyn, sigh, okay, you can do this, just go to the shack and say you're sorry. She says as she goes out of the store. Evelyn, even if he doesn't like you back, you can still be his friend. Right. And she flies over to the shack, thinking about what to say when she gets there. Meanwhile, Izuku and Eri are drawing pictures together in Izuku's room. Eri, Papa, look what I made. Izuku looks up from his drawing and looks at Eri's. Eri drew him, Eri and the other girls he has met together, holding hands. Izuku, you and Eri, how do you know them? Eri, well, Dipper told me about them, he said they all like you. Izuku, why you don't say? Eri, yeah, he said you love them too. Izuku blushes to that but shakes it off. Eri, does that mean they're gonna be my mamas? Izuku, I'm not sure, they need to be okay with it, but I don't think they're gonna be fine with it, Snowflake. Nejaya, okay with what? Izuku jumps and looks behind him. Izuku hey Nejaya. Nejaya hey Zuzu. She says as she hugs him and kisses him on the cheek. Even though Izuku does love her, he feels like he doesn't deserve her. He is basically cheating on Tambri and he hates himself for it. So he decides to tell her about Tambri. Izuku, Nejaya, I need to talk to you. Nejaya, oh, what is it? Izuku, well, this is something I need to tell you privately, so hold on a sec. Izuku goes at Eri and picks up a piece of paper. Izuku, hey why don't you go draw something for Grunkle Stan? Eri, okay Papa. She says as she takes the paper from Izuku's hand and runs off with a box of crayons. Nejaya, okay, so what did you want to tell me? Izuku, I am so sorry. Nejaya, sorry for what? Izuku faces Nejaya with some tears in his eyes. Nejaya, Izuku, what's wrong? Izuku, I don't deserve you, Nejaya. Nejaya, Izuku, what are you talking about? Izuku, Tambri and we both started dating yesterday. Nejaya, what? Izuku, and when you told me you loved me, I lived you too, but that was the problem. I was already dating Tambri, but I loved you too. I didn't want to break your heart, so I said I do. Nejaya, I don't understand. Izuku, I am sorry, but I can't do this to you both. I'm basically cheating and Jay should have told you about her. Nejaya starts to tear up. Izuku, I think it's best if we stop dating. I'm sorry, he says as he gets up and walks out of his room in tears. Nejaya, wait. She shouts to Izuku as she stands up. Izuku stops in his tracks and listens to Nejaya. Nejaya, I don't care if you love her too, please don't break up with me. She says as she hugs Izuku from behind. Izuku, but would she be okay with it? Nejaya, Izuku moves her arms and faces her. Izuku, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but this doesn't feel right to me. Nejaya, please. Maybe she'll be okay with it. Izuku, then you'll have to ask her. But for now, we're just friends. He says as he starts to walk away. Izuku, I'm sorry. And he leaves his room. Nejaya falls to her knees and puts her hands to her face crying. Izuku can hear her crying and holds his chest with his hand. Izuku, I'm so sorry, Nejaya. And he walks away. After some walking, we see him go outside. He decides to go for a walk to clear his mind. He walks into the forest and continues to walk further in. He eventually comes across an opening. There is a small pond and a log laying on the floor. He sits on the log and puts his hands on his face. Izuku, did I do the right thing? Izuku rubs the temple of his head. Izuku, yes, this is what's best for her. Izuku holds his chest and clutches onto his shirt. Izuku, even if it hurts at first, she'll move on eventually. Right. Meanwhile, we see Tambri and Wendy just arriving to the mystery shack. Tambri, so how are we gonna tell him we both are sharing him? Wendy, we just tell him we both love you, so we decided to share you and that's it. Tambri, how are you so confident this will work? Wendy, I'm not sure it will work, but I'm just staying positive. Tambri, oh. As they are about to enter, they see Evelyn flying towards them. Tambri, hey Evelyn. Evelyn, hey. Wendy, why's Evelyn here? Tambri, 𝐒𝐿 forgot his phone at the store we went to. Wendy, oh. Tambri, but Evelyn, you okay? You sound pretty upset. Evelyn, if I tell you, will you get mad? Tambri, I don't know why I would be mad, but no. Evelyn, well, when you called him, I took his phone and he chased after me. Tambri, yeah, I remember that, but you guys hung up on me. Evelyn, well, he caught me but we fell, he accidentally hung up on you. Tambri, oh well, what happened after? Evelyn, well, we accidentally made out. Tambri. Wendy. Evelyn, I'm sorry, it was an accident. Tambi, well, if it was an accident then I'm fine with it, but what do you mean you made out? Evelyn, I might have topped him when we made out. Tambi, did you FK him? Evelyn, what no. Well, we almost did, but he stopped me. Tambi, phew, thank God. Evelyn, but I think I ruined our friendship. Wendy, him. Hey Tambri, come here a sec. Tambi, what is it? Wendy, why don't we invite Evelyn to the 𝐻𝐻𝐿? Tambi, really? Wendy, yeah, she seems to care about 𝐒𝐿, so why not? Tambi, well, alright then. Wendy, alright, hey Evelyn. Evelyn, him. Tambi, we want to invite you to the 𝐻𝐻𝐿. Evelyn, 𝐻𝐻𝐿. Wendy, it's where a group of people like one person and they share him, her. Evelyn, oh, well, is it okay if I join? Tambi, that's why we invited you. Evelyn, alright, sorry. Wendy, it's alright, anyways we should tell 𝐒𝐿 about the 𝐻𝐻𝐿. Tambi, right. The three then walk to the door and Tambi knocks on it. The door opens and shows 𝐻𝐻𝐿. 𝐻𝐻𝐿, 𝐒𝐿. Tambi, who are you and how do you know 𝐒𝐿? 𝐻𝐻𝐿, I'm 𝐻𝐻𝐿, and I'm from the same school as 𝐒𝐿. Wendy, so you're from his universe too? 𝐻𝐻𝐿, universe. What do you mean? Tambri, well, you're in our universe where we don't have any quirks. 𝐻𝐻𝐿, oh, that explains a lot. Tambri, anyways, I'm Tambi and this is Wendy and Evelyn. Wendy, sup. Evelyn, hello. 𝐻𝐻𝐿, Tambi. Tambi, yeah, that's my name. 𝐻𝐻𝐿, so you're the one 𝐒𝐿 is dating. Tambi, how did you know that? 𝐻𝐻𝐿, because 𝐒𝐿 told me. Wendy, well, you sound pretty upset about it, why? 𝐻𝐻𝐿, because I love 𝐒𝐿 and when I told him I did, he accepted it. Tambi, what? 𝐻𝐻𝐿, but it didn't last long. He broke up with me. Wendy, why? 𝐻𝐻𝐿, he told me he loved me and he did, but he broke up with me cause he was dating you. Tambi, but why did he accept it in the first place? 𝐻𝐻𝐿, he told me he didn't want to break my heart, but in the end he did. Tambi, I am so sorry. 𝐻𝐻𝐿, what are you sorry for? You made him fall for you first, and I have to accept it. Tambi feels bad for 𝐻𝐻𝐿 and gets an idea. Tambi, hey Wendy, I think we should invite her. Wendy, you sure? Tambi, yeah, I'm sure. Wendy, alright then. Tambi, hey 𝐻𝐻𝐿. 𝐻𝐻𝐿. Tambri, I'm sorry for what happened but I want to invite you to the 𝐻𝐻𝐿. 𝐻𝐻𝐿, what? Tambri, I know you really love 𝐒𝐿 and I don't want to be the reason you can't be with him. So what do you say? 𝐻𝐻𝐿, as long as I can be with 𝐒𝐿 then I'm okay with it. Tambi, great. Wendy, so for girls like 𝐒𝐿, we are so gonna give him a hard time in bed smirking face, the girls blush at the thought of doing it with him. Tambi, shut up Wendy. Wendy, ha ha ha. Evelyn, so where's 𝐒𝐿 anyways? 𝐻𝐻𝐿, I'm actually not sure. Evelyn, should we wait for him to get back? Tambri, yeah, let's wait a while longer. 𝐻𝐻𝐿, come inside, it's pretty cold out here. And the girls enter the shack. They wait for 𝐒𝐿 to come back and while they talk about 𝐒𝐿. Meanwhile, 𝐒𝐿 is walking back to the shack still upset. 𝐒𝐿, will things be the same with 𝐻𝐻𝐿 anymore? As he says this he hears a meow in the bushes. 𝐒𝐿 here. He hears the meow again and walks towards the bushes. He moves the bushes and sees a black cat with blue eyes. 𝐒𝐿, what's a cat doing way out here? The cat looks at 𝐒𝐿 and meows again. 𝐒𝐿, what are you doing way out here? The cat tilts its head in confusion. 𝐒𝐿 looks around and looks back at the cat again. 𝐒𝐭𝐚𝐲 picks the cat up and inspects it. 𝐒𝐭𝐚𝐲, no collar or name tag, him. 𝐒𝐭𝐴, so you're a stray here. 𝐒𝐿 thinks for a bit. 𝐒𝐿, this cat has nowhere else to go, maybe I should take them with me. I mean, I always wanted a cat, so why not? 𝐒𝐿, you wanna come with me, little guy? The cat meows and 𝐒𝐿 smiles. 𝐒𝐿, great. As 𝐒𝐿 says that, the cat climbs on 𝐒𝐿's shoulder and sits in his hood. 𝐒𝐿, you're really light, let's get you something to eat. The cat meows again and 𝐒𝐿 begins to walk away with the car in his hood. 𝐒𝐿, is it a boy or a girl? I'll figure it out later. Right now I should get it some food. And they both head back to the shack. Time skip. 𝐒𝐿 has just arrived to the shack and opens the door. Once he enters the shack, the cat crawls out of his hood and into his arms. 𝐒𝐿 walks over to the kitchen and puts the car down. 𝐒𝐿, let's see. What would a cat eat? As 𝐒𝐿 is thinking about what to get the car to eat, Mabel enters the kitchen and sees the cat sitting next to 𝐒𝐿's foot. Mabel, gasp kitten. As she shouts the cat and 𝐒𝐿 jump in shock. Mabel runs over and picks the cat up. Mabel, oh, they're so soft, she says as she snuggles the cat to death. 𝐒𝐿, Mabel, perhaps you should calm down on the hugging. Mabel, here. She looks down and sees the cat struggling to breath. Mabel, oh my god, I'm so sorry. SHD says as she puts the car down. The cat is breathing heavily and walks over to 𝐒𝐿, hiding behind his legs. 𝐒𝐿, you okay, bud? He says as he crouches down to the cat, petting them. The cat meows and rubs its head against his hand. 𝐒𝐿, good. Mabel, I'm so sorry, kitty. The cat hisses at Mabel and stays hiding behind 𝐒𝐿's legs. 𝐒𝐿, don't worry, Mabel, I'm sure they'll forgive you eventually. Mabel, maybe, but what are you doing? 𝐒𝐿, oh, I'm trying to find something edible for the cat. Mabel, I don't think we have anything for the cat to eat, but we do have milk. 𝐒𝐿, that's good enough, he says as he opens the first and takes the milk out. Mabel grabs a bowl and places it down on the floor. 𝐒𝐿 pours the milk in the bowl and the cat walks over to the bowl and starts to drink it. 𝐒𝐿, thanks for the help, Mabel. Mabel, anytime, 𝐒𝐿. Mabel then begins to leave but then remembers something and turns around. Mabel, hey 𝐒𝐿, can I tell you something? 𝐒𝐿, sure, what is it? Mabel, well, I wanted to tell you this for a while now. 𝐒𝐿, go on. Mabel, I like you, 𝐒𝐿. 𝐒𝐿. Mabel, 𝐒𝐿. 𝐒𝐿, Mabel, I'm flattered but you're too young for me. Mabel, what? No, I'm not. 𝐒𝐿, how old are you again? Mabel, I'm 12. 𝐒𝐿, I'm 16. Mabel, maybe we could make it work if you were 15 but you're not. Mabel, or. 𝐒𝐿, I'm sorry, Mabel. Mabel, it's okay, I'll just have to get older. 𝐒𝐿, I'm not sure you can just make yourself older. Mabel, I'll find a way. 𝐒𝐿 thinks Mabel is just joking around and goes along with it. 𝐒𝐿, then I'll be waiting, he says as he walks away. The cat has finished the bowl of milks and runs after 𝐒�. Mabel, him, maybe Dipper's journal might have something, she says as she runs off. 𝐒� is in front of his room. He opens his door and sees the girls sitting on his bed and floor. They all stare at him and get up. 𝐒�, what is going on? Tambi, well, we all have talked and we all love you. 𝐒�, what? Tambi, yep, all of us in here have a thing for you. 𝐒�, I'm honestly not sure how I feel about that. Wendy, so we decided to become a HM for you. 𝐒�, HM. Evelyn, we all love and care for you so much, so we decided to share you. 𝐒� is flustered and confused at the same time. Nejaya, so we wanted to know if you're okay with it. Tambi, so 𝐒�, what do you say? 𝐒�, 𝐒� is nervous. The girls are waiting for 𝐒�'s response and it makes him super nervous. 𝐒�, look, it's been a long day full of events, I need to think about this, so is it okay if I tell you tomorrow? Tambri, yeah, we can wait, right girls? The girls agree and as they do they see the black cat hiding behind 𝐒�'s legs. Tambi, oh, 𝐒�, where did you get that adorable cat? 𝐒�, him. He looks behind his legs and sees the cat hiding behind his legs. 𝐒�, Oh, I found them in a bush when I was coming back from my walk. Evelyn, did you give them a name yet? 𝐒𝐿, no, but I'll give them one tomorrow. Wendy, alright, well I'm gonna go home, I'm tired. She says as she leaves 𝐒𝐿's room. 𝐒𝐿, later Wendy. Evelyn, yeah, I'm going back to his store, I'll see YA tomorrow 𝐒𝐿. She says as she floats away. 𝐒𝐿, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow Evelyn. Tambi, bye 𝐒𝐿. She says as she gives him a kiss and leaves. 𝐒𝐿, bye Tammy. 𝐒𝐠, I'm just gonna go now. She says as she's about to leave. 𝐒𝐿, wait 𝐒𝐠. She stops and turns around. As she does so, 𝐒𝐿 hugs her. 𝐒𝐿, I'm sorry for what I did today, I didn't mean to make you cry, I just 𝐒𝐠, sure it's okay 𝐒𝐿, you were just doing what you thought was right, I understand. 𝐒𝐿, so, you're okay now? 𝐒𝐠, yeah, I'm fine now. But I'll be even happier if you accept us. 𝐒𝐿, well you'll just have to find out tomorrow. 𝐒𝐠, I can't wait. She says as she leaves the room. 𝐒𝐿, now about you. He says as he looks towards the cat. 𝐒𝐿, it's time to give you a bath. As he says this, the cat understands and slowly backs away from 𝐒𝐿. 𝐒𝐿, you better not run, cause even if you do. The cat looks directly in 𝐒𝐿's eyes. 𝐒𝐿, you won't stand a chance. As he says this, the cat runs between his legs but they don't get far. 𝐒𝐿's black WHP catches the cat and 𝐒𝐿 walks to the bathroom. 𝐒𝐿, trust me, this is for your own good. The cat meows in disagreement to 𝐒𝐿's words and tries to break free from 𝐒�'s black WHP. But the cat can't and is forced to take a bath. 𝐒𝐿, OW, stop scratching me. Time skip. After a long war between 𝐒𝐿 and the cat, 𝐒𝐿 came out of the bathroom victorious with the cat wrapped around in a towel in his hands. 𝐒𝐿, you put up a greatest fight little one. The cat meows in agreement. 𝐒𝐿 walks over to the bed and dries the cat up with the towel. 𝐒𝐿, alright, I'm tired, let's go find 𝐿𝐸. He says as he leaves his room with the cat following. After looking around, he finds 𝐸𝐸 playing with Mabel. They both seems to be sticking stickers on their favorite things. They both see 𝐒𝐿 and run over to him. Mabel sticks a heart on his chest, while 𝐸𝐸 puts a star on his leg. 𝐒𝐿, what are you doing? 𝐸𝐸, me and Mabel are putting stickers on our favorite things. 𝐒𝐿, oh, am I your favorite? 𝐸𝐸, you'll always be my favorite papa. She says as she hugs his legs. As she does so, she notices the cat hiding behind his legs. 𝐸𝐸, oh, kitty. As she shouts that, the cat gets a flashback of Mabel hugging them to death. The cat then starts to back away slowly. 𝐒𝐿, just be careful with them, they are very nervous around new people. 𝐸𝐸 slowly walks towards the cat and pets the cat. The cat enjoys 𝐸𝐸's petting and purrs to it. 𝐸𝐸, papa, they're making a weird noise. And they're vibrating. 𝐒𝐿, that means they like it, 𝐸𝐸. 𝐸𝐸, oh. 𝐸𝐸 then stops petting the cat and yawns. 𝐒𝐿, someone seems tired, come on 𝐸𝐸, let's go to bed. Mabel, night 𝐸𝐸, night 𝐒𝐿. 𝐸𝐸, good night Mabel. 𝐒𝐿, night Mabel. 𝐒𝐿 picks 𝐸𝐸 up and walks away to his room, while the cat follows them. After 𝐒𝐿 enters his room, he lays 𝐸𝐸 down and he changes into comfortable clothes. He lays down and 𝐸𝐸 snuggles up to 𝐒𝐿. 𝐸𝐸, good night papa. 𝐒𝐿, good night my little snowflake. And as they fall asleep, the cat jumps on the bed and curls up in a ball, laying on the edge of the bed. The cat meows and 𝐒𝐿 laughs to himself a bit. 𝐒𝐿, good night to you too. And they fall asleep. We starts the chapter off as we see 𝐒𝐿 about to leave the shack. 𝐒𝐠, don't you think it's a bit too early to go out? 𝐒𝐿, yeah, but I need to get Mystique some things if I'm gonna keep her. 𝐒𝐠, Mystique. You already named her. 𝐒𝐿, yeah, it's still funny how we found out she was a girl. 𝐒�, she was stretching in front of me, she caught me by surprise. 𝐒𝐿 laughs, why, but I do need to get her things so she doesn't destroy the room. I don't want to come back and see my room scratched up with pillows ripped to shreds. 𝐒�, yeah, I guess you're right about that. 𝐒�, I'll be back, just take care of 𝐸𝐸 while I'm gone, alright? 𝐒�, yeah, I'll watch her, I promise. 𝐒𝐿, thanks. He says as he walks up to her and kisses her on the cheek. 𝐒� blushes and 𝐒� runs off blushing as well. 𝐒�, I guess he agrees with the 𝐻𝐸, she says as she holds her cheek with her hand and smiles with a small blush. Meanwhile, we see Mabel in the forest with Dipper and they are looking for something they found in a journal. Dipper, I can't believe I didn't see this in the journal. Mabel, I know, all we have to do is find that blue slime stuff and drink it, but where can we find it? Dipper, it says here that it should be right around here, he says as he points on a map that was drawn on the next page. Mabel, so we should be close to it, right? Dipper, I think so. They both look around a bit longer and eventually arrive to their destination. It's a small clearing with a small pond with a log laying down in front of it. Dipper, okay, if I'm reading this right, it should be near the pond under a rock. Mabel, alright, let's look under every rock, she says, and they both walk over to the pond and begin to look around. They look under every rock and eventually, Mabel finds the slime. Mabel, Dipper, I found it. Dipper runs over and they see that the slime is inside of 3 small vials. They pick up the vials and Mabel inspects it. Mabel, so all we have to do is drink it, right? Dipper, yeah, but once we do this, it's permanent. Mabel, you mean we're gonna be older permanently? Dipper, yeah, and I'm having second thoughts. Mabel, why? Once we do this, you'll have a chance to be with Wendy. Dipper, I'm not stupid, Mabel, she knows that I like her. I can see it when I'm around her. Mabel, you never know, Dipper, I think you have a C. Dipper, I'm sorry, Mabel, but I'm not sure about this. Once we drink this, it says we will have the knowledge of teens. Mabel, almost as if our future selves time traveled here. Dipper, yeah, basically. Mabel, are you sure about this? Mabel, Dipper. For the first time I think I actually have a chance with Izuku, and I don't want to waste it. So yeah, I'm ready. Dipper, I want to think for a bit before I do this. Mabel, alright, well, here goes nothing, she says as she opens the vial and drinks the slime. As she drinks it, Dipper stands back a bit, hiding behind the log. She drinks the whole thing and waits for a bit. Dipper, are you okay? Mabel, I don't feel any different. Dipper, maybe I read it wrong, he says as he opens his journal and read through it. As he does, Mabel starts to glow a blue aura. Mabel, Dipper. Dipper, he looks up and sees Mabel glowing. Dipper, oh shooter, I think it's part of it, he says as he hides back behind the log. As Mabel is glowing, she can feel herself getting older. Her clothes start to stretchy out, she starts to get taller and is learning things she never knew. The glowing stops and she looks down to herself. She notices she is much taller and her sweater is stretched out past her stomach, covering her chest. Mabel, whoa. She covers her mouth as she sounds much older. Mabel, wow, I sound so much older. Dipper looks over the log and sees his twin sister who looks much more different now. She doesn't have her braces anymore, and her hair looks the same. Dipper, you look different. Mabel, Mom and Dad are gonna be so surprised. Dipper, I know. Mabel, well, I feel different, but a good different. Dipper, so you don't feel like you want to cause mayhem? Mabel, I feel fine. Dipper, why don't you do it with me? Besides, we are siblings, right? Dipper thinks for a bit, and he doesn't want to be 4 years behind Mabel, so. Dipper, I hope I don't regret this, he says as Mabel jumps with joy and gives him a vial. He opens it and hesitates to drink it. Mabel, you don't have to do it, Dipper, I'll just be way taller and cooler than you, she says as she pulls out sunglasses out of nowhere. Dipper, where did you? Mabel, don't question it. Dipper starts to have thoughts in his head. Dipper, should I mean, I'll have a chance with Wendy, but I know she likes Izuku. And I don't want Mabel to be taller than me, so why not? And he drinks the vial. After he drinks it, he waits a bit and after a while, he starts to glow with a blue aura. He gets taller and his clothes start to stretch. And he grows a small beard, like he shaved a week ago. He stops glowing and he checks himself out. Mabel goes to him and puts her hand above his head. She moves her hand above her head and looks at it. Mabel, hey, we're the same height. Dipper, that's nice. Mabel, well, let's get back to the shack. Dipper, right, let's go. Mabel, wait a sec, what do we do with this vial? She says as she pulls it out of her pocket. Dipper, why don't we hold on to it? Mabel alright, just in case. Dipper in case for what? Mabel I dunno. She stuffs it back in her pocket and they both head back to the shack. Meanwhile, we see Izuku as he leaves Evelyn's store. Should I just call it Evelyn's store? Or do you guys got something better? If so, I would like to hear it. Izuku, well, now that I'm done with work and I got things for Mystique's needs, I'm gonna head back to the shack, set this up, feed her and finally take a nap. He dashes home with a green lighting following him. Time skip. Izuku is at the front door and is holding bags of things a cat needs with a big box that has a scratching post. Izuku, CRP, I can't get the door. He knocks on the door with his foot and hears someone he doesn't recognize shout on the other side. Mabel, coming, she opens the door and helps Izuku in. Izuku, thanks for the help, he says as he puts the box down. He turns around to face Mabel and as he does so he sees a 15-year-old Mabel standing in front of him with a sweater that isn't stretched out with her shooting star on it, and is wearing a skirt with blue ripped jeans. Izuku, I don't think we met. Mabel, Izuku, it's me, Mabel. Izuku, what, Mabel? He shouts as he is absolutely shocked. Izuku, how did you dash? I'm so confused. Mabel, that's something you don't really need to know, but hey, I'm old enough to date you now. Izuku, wait, she wasn't joking. Mabel, well, what do you think? She says as she walks closer to Izuku, putting her hand on his chest. Izuku, Izuku is blushing as a appealing girl a year from his age is super close to him. Izuku, why you look be appealing be but? Mabel, be but what? Izuku, isn't this a little too fast? Mabel, well, we can take it slow if you want. Izuku, look, how about I take you on a date? Mabel, really? Izuku, why, and if you really want to be a thing with me, then I guess we can be together. Mabel, oh my god, thank you so much Izuku. She says as she hugs him and gives him a big kiss on the lips. She breaks it and runs off, celebrating. Izuku just stands there in a blushing mess. Izuku, this is fine, right? I mean, she is a year younger than me, so this is fine. Yeah, this is fine. He snaps out of it and picks his stuff up and takes it to his room. As he leaves the living room, he didn't know 𝐒𝐲 was watching and was enjoying the show. 𝐒𝐲, I guess we have a new member in the 𝐻𝐻𝐻. And she leaves the living room. Izuku opens his door and as soon as he does, Mystique and Eri sees Izuku and run over to him. Eri, Papa. They both run around him and Izuku puts the bags and box down. Izuku, hey Eri, and Mystique. Mystique meows as she stands up and holds onto Izuku's leg. Eri hugs Izuku and Izuku pets them both on the head. Izuku, you both seem to miss me. Eri nods and Mystique meows as she lets go of Izuku and jumps around. Eri then notices the huge box on the floor. Eri, what's that, Papa? She asks as she points at it. Izuku, oh, it's something for Mystique, it's kinda like a toy for her. Eri, oh really? Izuku, yeah, do you wanna help me make it? Eri, yes. She says as she lets go of Izuku and runs over to the box. Izuku laughs a bit and they both start to make Mystique's scratching post. Time skip. Izuku and Eri have finished and are both super tired. Izuku and Eri are laying on the floor tired as hell. Izuku, well, what do you think? Mystique. Mystique walks to Izuku and jumps on his stomach. Mystique then likes Izuku's face and nuzzles her head in Izuku's cheek. Izuku, I guess you like it here. Izuku looks at the scratching post and it has platforms with a small cave-like house on top of it. Mystique jumps off of Izuku and climbs on it, and enters the small house on the top. Izuku, is it comfy? Mystique pokes her head out and meows. Izuku, nice, so what do you think, Eri? Eri. He looks towards Eri and sees she's asleep. Izuku, I guess we did do a lot here. He struggles to get up and he does. He picks Eri up and walks over to his bed, laying her down on it. He is about to lay down with her too until he hears a knock. Izuku, He walks over to it and opens the door. He sees Mabel in pajamas with a tired look. Mabel, Izuku, is it okay if I sleep with you? Izuku, why, I don't see why not. He is too tired to care, so he lets her in and closes the door. He lays down on the bed and Mabel is too tired to realize she is laying down on Izuku. 𝐒𝐿 knows she is on him, but it feels too comfortable to do anything. He pulls Eri towards him and Mabel and cuddles with them both. And passes out with Mabel. We start the chapter off as we see 𝐒𝐿 talking to himself, staring at a mirror. 𝐒𝐿, okay, so you're basically taking a 12-year-old on a date even though she somehow turned 15 in a day. I mean, it's okay, right? She is a year from my age, so it's cool. Right. I don't think it is. Even though she is 15 physically, she is still a 12-year-old, I think. She didn't really explain what happened. I'll ask her cause I'm still not sure about this. I don't want to go to jail. He backs away from the mirror and leaves the bathroom. As he is passing through his room, he sees Mystique playing with a. 𝐒𝐿 smiles by the sight and leaves his room. He walks around the shack trying to find Mabel, and as he is searching for her, he sees Dipper watching TV. 𝐒𝐿, Dipper, you're older too. Dipper, oh, yeah, I got older with Mabel. 𝐒𝐿, okay then, if the same thing happened to you then you'll know the answers to my question. Dipper, oh. Then let me hear it. 𝐒𝐿, okay, so Mabel came to me and she said she liked me, so I decided to take her on a date, and I'm not sure if that's a good idea because I think she is a 12-year-old in the body of a 15-year-old, and I'm scared I'll be sent to jail and I don't know what to do cause we kissed, so please tell me. He tells Dipper as he tries to catch his breath. Dipper, that was a lot of information, but I think I know what you're asking. 𝐒𝐿, why you do? Dipper, you're asking if she's a 12-year-old in her head. 𝐒𝐿, why yeah, that's basically it. Dipper, well, you don't gotta worry about that, as you should know we aren't 12 anymore. Not only is our body older, but our mind got older along with it, so basically our future selves took our spot. 𝐒𝐿, so, you're saying you both are basically your future selves. Dipper, yep, we aren't 12 anymore. Just two 15-year-olds now. 𝐒𝐿, how did you both even do this? Dipper, I can't tell you cause Mabel wants it to be a secret. 𝐒𝐿, alright then, so it's okay to take Mabel on a date. Dipper, yep, you won't go to jail. 𝐒𝐿 sighs in relief and is super glad he won't go to jail for this. Dipper, so, you're taking Mabel on a date. 𝐒𝐿, yeah, she wants to go on one today. Dipper, oh, that's good for her. 𝐒𝐿, anyways, do you know where Mabel is? Dipper, oh yeah, she's outside talking with 𝐒𝐻𝐼. 𝐒𝐿, cool, thanks Dipper. He says as he puts his fist out, fist bumping Dipper. HS leaves the living room and goes outside. With Dipper he starts to think to himself. Dipper, I know Wendy doesn't like me like that and I'm fine with that, it'll be hard to move on but at least she's happy. Maybe I'll find someone else. And he goes back to watching his show. Meanwhile, we see Mabel asking 𝐻𝐼 for advice for the date. 𝐻𝐼, just be yourself Mabel, I'm sure he likes you just the way you are. Mabel, right, sorry I'm just really nervous. This is the first date I've ever been on and I really don't want to mess this up. 𝐻𝐼, you'll be fine, oh look. 𝐒𝐿's coming right now. Mabel turns around and sees 𝐒𝐿 waving towards them. 𝐻𝐼, remember, just be yourself and you'll be fine Mabel. Good luck. She say as she walks off and waves goodbye to 𝐒𝐿. 𝐒𝐿, hey Mabel, you ready for the D-date? He says as he rubs the back of his head. Mabel, why yep, I'm ready. She says as nervous, she doesn't want to mess up her date with 𝐒𝐿. 𝐒𝐿, great, let's go. He says as he puts his hand out to Mabel. She stares at it for a moment and takes his hand. They both then proceed to head in the town of Gravity Falls. Time skip. We see 𝐒𝐿 and Mabel at the mall, thinking what they should do. Mabel, how about we go try some clothes on? 𝐒𝐿, I don't see why not, plus I might find some clothes for 𝐻𝐼. Mabel, great, let's go. She says as she takes 𝐒�l's hand and runs to the nearest clothing shop. For girls. 𝐒𝐿 realizes where Mabel is taking him and starts to hesitate. 𝐒𝐿, wait Mabel, I'm not sure I should be here. Mabel, 𝐒𝐿 look, there are other guys here too. 𝐒𝐿, yeah but Mabek, 𝐒𝐿, you're fine, just stay with me, okay? 𝐒𝐿, he says, blushing as he is looking down to the floor. Mabel can see he is uncomfortable here. Mabel, 𝐒�l, you don't have to stay here if you don't want to. 𝐒�l, no, I'll be okay. Mabel, you sure? I don't want to force you to stay. 𝐒�l, I'll be fine Mabel, come on. he says as he takes Mabel's hand and goes into the girl's clothing store. Once they enter the store, Mabel starts to look around the store for clothes she likes, while Izuku is staying close to Mabel. Mabel, hey Izuku, how does this look? She says as she shows Izuku a black shirt with a star full of glitter in the middle of it. Izuku him. I'm not sure, maybe you should try it on. Mabel, good idea, but first I need to find some briefs. She says as she continues to look around. As she does, Izuku goes on his phone as he is waiting for Mabel to get her clothes. As he is on his phone, he notices a group of girls are watching him. They keep glancing towards Izuku and he knows they are talking about him. Eventually almost every girl that is in the store start glancing towards Izuku. Izuku, why are they all staring at me? Do I have something in my hair? He thinks he does and moves his fingers through his hair. This makes the girls in the store more interested in him. Mabel, Izuku, I think I got everything. Izuku, nice, go try them on. Mabel, alright, come on. She says, taking Izuku's hand. She drags him to the changing room. The girls that were watching start to get jealous as Mabel takes Izuku away. They both end up in the changing room and Mabel sits Izuku down on a chair. Mabel, okay, stay right here. She says as she goes into a changing stall. Izuku, okay. He sits there and stares at the floor. As he is waiting, he starts to think for things he has never thought of before. Izuku, what comes first in the orange, the color or the fruit? Izuku, hey Mabel. Mabel, yeah. Izuku, what comes first in a orange, the fruit or the color? Mabel, I think it was the fruit. Izuku, what makes you say that? Mabel, well, back when we were cave people, we knew what an orange was first before we created colors. Izuku him. So you're saying oranges were discovered first? Mabel, I think so. Izuku, okay. Mabel, anyways, what do you think? She says as she leaves the stall. She is wearing a black shirt with a shooting star filled with glitter, and she is wearing tight blue jeans. Izuku is amazed by how she looks and is speechless. Mabel, Izuku, you there? She says as she waves her hand in front of Izuku's face. He snaps out of it and is slightly blushing. Izuku, why you look amazing, Mabel? Mabel, I do. Izuku, yes, why you look appealing. He says as he looks away blushing. Mabel smiles with a blush and walks over to Izuku. She hugs him while looking up to him. Mabel, thank you, Izuku. She says as she then gives him a kiss on the cheek. Izuku, why you're welcome, Mabel. He says as he hugs her back. Mabel, okay, let's go buy these and get you some clothes. She says as she breaks the hug and drags Izuku. Izuku, what's wrong with what I'm wearing? Mabel, Izuku, you've been wearing the same thing since you got here. Izuku. You got a point. Mabel, now come on. She says as she continues to drag Izuku. Time skip. We see Mabel looking around the store, looking for clothes that look good on him. While Izuku is looking around the store. Mabel, Izuku, how about this? She says as she shows Izuku. Izuku, I'm not sure. Mabel, go try it on. She says as she gives Izuku the clothes and drags him to the changing stall. She pushes him in the stall and closes the door. Izuku, okay. And he starts to change. While Izuku is changing, Mabel is waiting for Izuku. As she is waiting, a random guy walks up to her. Random guy, hey there appealing Mabel, hi. Random guy, so, I was wondering if I could take you on a date. Mabel, no sorry, I'm actually on a date already. Random guy, oh come on, I bet I'm better than him. He says as he starts to get closer to Mabel. Mabel, no, I'm not going with you. She says as she back away, clearly uncomfortable. Random guy, come on, I'll show you a good time, especially in bed. Mabel, no. Leave me alone. She says as she bumps into a wall. The guy has Mabel against the wall. Random guy, well, I want asking. He says as he grabs Mabel's wrist. Mabel, let me go. She says as she tries to pull her hand away from him. Random guy, shut up or I'll make you. He says as he pulls out a gun. Mabel sees the gun and is scared. Mabel, please, let me go. Random guy, this is your last warning, Shut up or I'm putting a bullet in your head. Mabel is scared but remembers 𝐒𝐿 is here. Mabel, 𝐒𝐿, help me. Random guy, who the FK is 𝐒𝐿 dash. As he says that, he is shoved into a wall. Random guy, what the FK? The guy looks up and sees 𝐒𝐿 standing there, shirtless. 𝐒𝐿, are you okay, Mabel? He says as he starts to check her. Mabel, I am fine 𝐒𝐿, watch out. She shouts as she sees the guy aiming his gun at 𝐒𝐿. Random guy, you son of a bitch. He shouts at 𝐒𝐿 as he pulls the trigger. But thanks to 𝐒𝐿's danger sense, he grabs Mabel and dodges the bullet. 𝐒𝐿 gets away from the guy and lets Mabel go. 𝐒𝐿, stay here Mabel. He says as he is about to run off. Mabel, 𝐒𝐿, wait. But she doesn't get a chance to say anything because 𝐒𝐿 is already gone. Mabel, please be careful 𝐒𝐿. We see 𝐒𝐿 as he just arrived back to the guy. Random guy, how are you so fast? 𝐒𝐿, that's not you concern, criminal. He says as 𝐒𝐿 takes a stance. 𝐒𝐿, now drop the gun or I will take you down. Random guy, TSK, why should I? He shouts as he aims the gun at 𝐒𝐿. 𝐒𝐿, you don't want to wake up with broken bones, do you? He says as he glares at the guy. The guy feels a chill go down his spine and hands the gun. Random guy, whatever. He shouts as he starts to shoot at 𝐒𝐿. 𝐒𝐿 dodges the bullets and moves closer to the guy as he does. As he is close enough, he shoulder tackles the guy into the wall. The guy falls on the floor and aims the gun at 𝐒𝐿, but 𝐒𝐿 kicks the gun out of his hand. The guy tries to kick 𝐒𝐿's knee but 𝐒𝐿 avoids it and kicks his leg. The guy screams in pain and holds his leg. The guy looks up to 𝐒𝐿 one last time before getting his face stomped into the wall, getting knocked out. The citizens that were watching come out of cover and start to call the police. 𝐒𝐿 kicks the gun away from the unconscious guy and as he does, Mabel tackles him into a hug but 𝐒𝐿 catches her. Mabel, 𝐒𝐿, are you okay? 𝐒𝐿, I'm fine Mabel, but are you okay? Mabel, I was scared, but I think I'm okay. 𝐒𝐿, good, I'm sorry I didn't hear you sooner. Mabel, it's okay, I'm just glad you saved me. She says as she puts her face in his chest. Mabel, thank you so much 𝐒𝐿. 𝐒𝐿, why you're welcome Mabel. He says as he hugs her back. As they are hugging, Mabel realizes 𝐒𝐿 is shirtless and blushes. Mabel, you 𝐒𝐿. 𝐒𝐿, what? He says as he looks down. He sees Mabel is blushing and then realizes he is shirtless. 𝐒𝐿, oh. He breaks the hug and goes back into the changing stall. He come back out with a shirt and they both just stand there awkwardly. 𝐒𝐿, I think it's time we go home. Mabel, why yep. And they both begin to leave the store. Cashier, wait, you still have to pay. He says as he runs up to 𝐒𝐿 and Mabel. 𝐒𝐿, oh, right I'm sorry I forgot. Cashier, it's okay, just pay for the clothes. 𝐒𝐿 nods and pays the cashier. Cashier, thank you, and thank you for stopping that guy. 𝐒𝐿, it was nothing, he would have hurt more people if I didn't. Cashier, it's not nothing. You dodges those bullets like it was nothing. He says as he goes up to 𝐒�. Cashier, how did you do that? It's like you have superpowers. 𝐒�, I was just faster. The cashier buys 𝐒�'s excuse. Cashier, either way, you were like a superhero. He says as he pumps his fist in the air. 𝐒� hero. Cashier, yeah. Mabel, yeah, my hero. She says as she hugs 𝐒�'s arm. 𝐒� hero. Mabel, anyways, let's go home 𝐒�, I'm getting tired. 𝐒�, alright, let's go. 𝐒� and Mabel say bye to the cashier and begin to walk back to the shack. Time skip. We see Mabel and 𝐒� just arriving at the shack. 𝐒�, I'm sorry about today, we were supposed to have fun today. Mabel, it's okay 𝐒�, I had fun today. 𝐒�, you did. Mabel, we got to spend the whole day together, I just wanted to be with you today. 𝐒�, I mean, I did enjoy my time with you. Mabel, so did I. She says as they arrive at the front door. Mabel, well, I guess I'll see you tomorrow. 𝐒�, yeah. She then opens the door and is about to go inside. until 𝐒𝐿𝐼 stops her by taking her hand. Mabel, 𝐒𝐿𝐼. As she turns around she receives a kiss on the lips by 𝐒𝐿𝐼, and is shocked. He breaks the kiss and immediately enters the shack blushing. Mabel is standing there still processing what had happened. She eventually realizes what happened and starts to celebrate. Mabel, I did it, I got a boyfriend. Yes. And as she is celebrating, 𝐒𝐿𝐼 hears her celebrating and smiles to himself, still blushing by what he did. He goes inside his room and sees 𝐼𝐻𝐸 is asleep in his bed. He also sees Mystique sleeping in a ball next to 𝐻𝐸. He smiles at the sight of 𝐻𝐸 and Mystique sleeping together. He takes his shoes off and gets in bed. He accidentally wakes Mystique and she looks at 𝐒𝐿𝐼. 𝐒𝐿𝐼, sorry. Mystique doesn't care and gets up. She walks over to 𝐒𝐿𝐼 and gets on his stomach. She curls up in a ball on his stomach and falls back asleep. 𝐒𝐿𝐼 smiles as he can feel Mystique purring okay his stomach. He lays his hand on Mystique and starts to pet her soft fur and goes to sleep with his hand still on Mystique. We see 𝐒𝐿𝐼 as he wakes up in bed. He is about to sit up until realizes Mystique is asleep on his stomach. He rubs his eyes and looks to his side to see 𝐻𝐸 hugging his side. 𝐒𝐿𝐼, oh. He wraps his arm around her and gently pets her head. He then lays his other hand on Mystique and starts to caress her fur. As she does this she starts to purr and he can feel the purrs and he finds it comforting. He lays back and enjoys this moment. He looks out the window and sees the sun is already out. 𝐒𝐿𝐼, I'll just lay here a bit longer. He closes his eyes and enjoys the silence. But little does he know that the girls were watching him through the crack of the door. Mabel, oh my god, they look so cute right now. Tambi, I know. Evelyn, we need to get a picture. Wendy, but how? They think for a bit and then they all look towards 𝐒𝐻𝐸. 𝐒𝐻𝐸 what? Tambi, you can fly right? 𝐒𝐻𝐸 yeah. Mabel, so that means it'll be easier for you to get a picture without making nosy and with the perfect angle. 𝐒𝐻𝐸, I'm not sure girls, what if he catches me? Wendy, you'll be fine 𝐒𝐻𝐸, just keep quiet. She says as she gives her phone to 𝐒𝐻𝐸. 𝐒𝐻𝐸, I mean why can't Evelyn do it? Evelyn, I would definitely do it but I can only be able to touch objects every now and then, it gets me tired. She says as she takes Wendy's phone from 𝐻𝐸. Evelyn, I can only carry an object for a certain amount of time, but technology is something I can't do. She says as it slowly phases through her hand. Tambri catches the phone before it hits the ground and gives it back to 𝐻𝐸. Evelyn, for some reason, I can't hold on to something with electricity, I don't know why but I just can't. 𝐻𝐸 alright, I got this. She says as she starts floating with her quirk and opens the door. The girls hide behind the walls and 𝐻𝐸 goes in. She floats up to the roof and takes a picture. 𝐻𝐸, oh, that's just so cute. She says as she does a twirl in the air. But as she does she drops the phone and it starts falling at 𝐒𝐿𝐼's face. The girls, 𝐻𝐸 no. They whisper loudly as the phone starts to fall. But before the phone hits his face, he uses his black WHP and catches the phone. He opens his eyes and sees 𝐻𝐸 floating above him. They are both inches from each other's face as 𝐻𝐸 was trying to catch it. 𝐻𝐸, hi. 𝐒𝐿𝐼 hi. He greets her as he gives her a kiss on her nose. 𝐻𝐸 what dash. She covers her face as she floats up higher with a blush growing on her face. Mabel, hey, no fair. Tambi, we want kisses too. Wendy, yeah. Evelyn and cuddles. Wendy, yeah. 𝐒𝐿𝐼, sure. 𝐻𝐸 is still asleep. 𝐻𝐸 but I'm awake papa. As she says this everyone looks at her. 𝐒𝐿𝐼 when did you wake up? 𝐻𝐸 when my other mamas came in. She says as she points at the girls. 𝐒𝐿𝐼 I see. And as he says this Mystique gets up and stretches on 𝐒𝐿𝐼's stomach. Her claws dig into his skin and he winces in pain. 𝐒𝐿𝐼 oh. Mystique your claws. He shouts as he picks her up and sets her on the floor. Mystique meows and sits on the floor staring at 𝐒𝐿𝐼. 𝐒𝐿𝐼, sigh hey 𝐻𝐸, can I talk to the girls for a sec? 𝐻𝐸 of course papa. She says as she gets off the bed and picks up Mystique. 𝐻𝐸, come on Mystique, let's go see what Uncle 𝐒𝐻𝐲 is doing. She says as she runs off with Mystique in her arms. 𝐒𝐿 gets up and closes the door as 𝐼 leaves. 𝐒𝐿, now girls, we need to talk. He says as he starts to emit green electricity. 𝐂𝐠, oh no. She says as she floats behind the girls. 𝐵, 𝐼𝐿, we didn't mean to wake her up. 𝐒𝐿, do you know how comfortable I was with 𝐼 and Mystique? Mabel, no. 𝐒𝐿, it was so nice that I can't even tell you in words. He starts to walk towards the girls. 𝐒𝐿, but the worst thing of all. Evelyn, you girls are on your own. The girls, what? Evelyn, bye. She says as she goes through the wall. The girls, Evelyn, you traitor. 𝐒𝐿, you woke up. He starts to walk towards them. 𝐵, 𝐒𝐿, we are really sorry. She says as she walks towards 𝐒𝐿. 𝐵, we didn't mean to wake her up. 𝐒𝐿, maybe we can make it up to you 𝐒𝐿. Before she could finish, she is interrupted by 𝐒𝐿 grabbing her. 𝐵, 𝐒𝐿. 𝐒𝐿, don't worry 𝐵, I won't hurt you, I'm just gonna make you laugh until it hurts. 𝐵, why you don't mean? 𝐒𝐿, oh I do. 𝐵, oh no, anything but that please. 𝐒𝐿, don't worry, you're not the only one getting it. He says as he uses his black WHP and closes the door. The girls tried to escape through the door but 𝐒𝐿 stopped them. 𝐒𝐿, there's no escape from me girls. He says as he grabs the others with his black WHP. 𝐂𝐠, please 𝐒𝐿, will do anything. Mabel, 𝐒𝐿, please. 𝐒𝐿, now you shall feel my wrath. The girls knew and 𝐒𝐿 tickled them until they couldn't move. Meanwhile, we see Dipper and Suze, who is playing with 𝐼 and Mystique. They are in the living room and Dipper is going through channels, trying to find something to watch. But then he goes to a channel that catches his interest. Dipper, who's this? Suze, who's who? Dipper, this Gideon guy. Suze, oh, that dude. Yeah, he just came into town and they say he can read your minds. Read minds. Suze, it's like where someone can tell what you're thinking of. Here, let me try and read your mind. 𝐼, okay, what color am I thinking of? Suze, I know this, hold on. You're thinking of the color apple. 𝐼, Uncle says apple isn't a color. Suze, oh it isn't. Hold on, let me try again. What about? As he is thinking, he looks at Mystique. Suze, cat. He shouts as he lifts Mystique. 𝐼 just laughs as he is standing there with Mystique in his hands. Dipper laughs to himself a bit and goes back to the TV. Dipper, him, might as well check it out. He says as he gets up. Dipper, hey 𝐿, wanna go see that telepathic guy? 𝐿, yeah. But let's ask Papa if he wants to come. Dipper, alright, come on 𝐿, let's go ask him. 𝐿, okay. As she says this, Mystique jumps out of Suze's hands and follows 𝐿. Suze, you dudes have fun, I'm gonna go fix some pipes or whatever. He says as he runs out of the living room. Dipper and 𝐿 are at the front door with Mystique next to 𝐿. Dipper, hey 𝐒𝐿, we wanted to know if you wanted to go and… He says as he opens the door but then sees the girls are on the floor and they can't move. Dipper, what happened here? Mabel, 𝐻, T tickled us to death. Wendy, I can't feel my stomach. 𝐂𝐠, it hurts to laugh, haha. Oh. 𝐵, awa. 𝐒𝐿, I'm sorry girls, I guess I went a bit overboard. He says as he rubs the back of his head. The girls, you think? 𝐒𝐿, don't worry girls, I'll make it up to you, okay? He says as he starts to give each and one of them kiss on the lips. 𝐒𝐿, does cuddles and kisses sound okay? 𝐵, with a movie. The girls, yeah, and then we're okay. 𝐒𝐿, that sounds like a deal. The girls, nice. 𝐒𝐿, anyways, what were you taking about? Dipper, oh right, me and 𝐿 wanted to know if you wanted to go to this show. 𝐒𝐿, oh, sure I'll come, let me just get my wallet. 𝐿, yay. She cheers as she runs over to 𝐒𝐿 and hugs his leg. 𝐒𝐿, 𝐿, why don't you go and wait outside with Dipper? 𝐿, okay. And she runs off with Dipper and Mystique. 𝐒𝐿, alright girls. He goes to the counter and grabs his wallet. 𝐒𝐿, I'll see you later, okay? The girls will be waiting for you, 𝐒𝐿. 𝐒𝐿, okay, I love you. And he runs out. The girls, love you too, 𝐒𝐿. As they say this, Evelyn comes back and she sees the girls on the floor. Evelyn, did you have fun? Nejaya, not gonna lie, that was kind of fun. The girls, yeah. Time skip. We see Izuku, Dipper and Eri, along with Mystique as she is on Izuku's shoulder. They are sitting on some chairs and they were able to get front row seats. Izuku, so you're telling me that this guy can read people's minds? Dipper, yeah, and I don't buy it, well unless he's like you. Izuku, we'll see. Eri, Papa look, it's starting. As she says this the curtains move out of the way revealing a man. But now for the moment you've all been waiting for, the telepathical mind reader, Gideon. As he says this a small kid in a baby blue suit with really tall white hair, walks in and introduces himself. Gideon, why hello there, I'm Gideon. Eri, Papa, why does he look like a baby? Izuku, I do not know Eri, and I don't know why his hair is really unique. Eri, he looks funny. Izuku, haha, yeah he does. Dipper, even though I agree with you, I think he can hear us. He says as he points at Gideon. Gideon, my oh my, it seems we have some very chatty fans. He says as the spotlight goes on Izuku and Eri. Izuku, hi. Eri, Papa, why is he still pointing at us? Izuku, I don't know. He says as he shrugs his shoulders. Gideon, now, may I know both of your names? Izuku, alright, I'm Izuku Midoriya, and this is my daughter Eri. Eri, hello. Gideon, now question, why does she have a horn on her head? He says as he points at her. Eri puts her head into Izuku's chest as she starts to get nervous. Izuku, why is your hair so freakishly weird? He says as he likes back at Gideon. Gideon, hey, what makes you think I'll tell you? Izuku, well, what makes you think I have to tell about my daughter condition? The audience begins to mutter about Izuku's reason and most of them agree with Izuku's reason. Gideon, shut up. His little outburst is noticed and the audience starts to complain about his attitude. Gideon, sorry about that, I don't know what got over me. Anyways, let's begin our show. He says as he fixes his hair. Gideon, now, you are all here to witness my mind-reading abilities, correct? The crowd agree, while Izuku and Dipper stay silent. Izuku, you okay sweetie? Eri, mim. Izuku, okay, so you want to stay like this? Eri, mim. Izuku, okay, just lay your head on my shoulder, okay? Eri, okay. Gideon, now, who shall go first? He says as he starts aiming his finger at people. Then Gideon's finger lands on Izuku. Gideon, my, it seems Midoriya is our lucky guy. Izuku, I'm not really sure I want a child reading my mind. Gideon, too late. And as he starts to read Izuku's mind, Gideon is sent somewhere. Gideon, where am I? He asks himself as he looks around. All he can see is a dark void of nothingness around him. Gideon, hello. Is anyone there? Who is this child? Gideon turns around and sees a woman with a yellow cape. Don't know, don't care, get him out of here. Alright. CYA shorty. And Gideon is kicked out of Izuku's mind. And as he wakes up from the floor. Bud, Gideon, are you okay? Gideon, get off of me. He shouts as he pushes Bud off of him. Izuku, He holds his head with his hand as the other is holding Eri. Dipper, Izuku, you okay? Izuku, why? Just a slight headache. Eri, Papa, can we leave? Izuku, yeah, this is getting boring anyways, let's go. He says as he gets up with Eri in his arms. Mystique rubs her head against Izuku's head and likes his face. Izuku, I guess Mystique wants to leave too. Dipper, alright, let's go. And they begin to leave. As they leave, Gideon is sitting on the floor and watches Izuku leave. Gideon, why couldn't I read his mind? He questions himself as he holds his amulet. Gideon, there's something interesting about Midoriya, and I'll find out what's so special about him. And his amulet starts to glow. Gideon, I will. Bud, you'll what? Gideon, shut up, I'm doing a self-monologue. Bud, oh okay. Meanwhile, Izuku is wondering what had happened. When Gideon read his mind, Izuku's head started to hurt. 𝐒𝐭𝐚𝐲, maybe it was just a coincidence, maybe I'm not drinking enough water. Reminder, always stay hydrated. Anyways, 𝐒𝐭𝐴 continues to think until Mystique likes his face and meows. 𝐒𝐭𝐴, heh, you know, sometimes I think you more than just a cat, Mystique. Mystique meows and rubs her head against his cheek. 𝐒𝐭𝐴, I guess I'm just good with cats, but whatever. □, Papa, who are you talking to? 𝐒𝐭𝐴, I was talking to myself since I am bored right now. □, oh, okay. Dipper, don't worry 𝐒𝐴, I do the same when I'm writing stuff in my notebook. He says as he rubs his back. Dipper, speaking of notebooks, is it okay if I ask you some questions about your quirks, including Aries if that's okay with her? 𝐒𝐴, I'll happily tell you about mine, but you'll have to ask □. Dipper, alright, hey □, is it okay if I ask some questions about your quirk? □ mim. Dipper, okay, thank you □. He says as he pets her head. □ giggles as Dipper pets her head. 𝐒𝐴, alright, so what do you want to know? Dipper, okay, so first. He pulls his notebook out. Dipper, how many quirks do you have? 𝐒𝐴, I think I have 8 quirks. Dipper, can you tell me them? 𝐒𝐴, yeah, it's. And 𝐒𝐴 continues to answer his questions on his and Aries' quirk. Time skip. After a long walk back to the mystery shack, they finally arrive and enter the shack. 𝐒𝐴, sigh God, that was a long walk. Dipper, yeah, I'm gonna go to bed, see you both tomorrow, and thank you for the information. 𝐒𝐴, you're welcome, and good night. □, good night, Uncle Dipper. Dipper, good night □. And he goes upstairs to his room. 𝐒𝐴, come on, let's go to our room. He heads upstairs and is in front of his room. 𝐒𝐴, I can't wait for 𝐒𝐴, and as he opens his door, he sees the girls on the bed and floor with a TV on his dresser. 𝐒𝐴, oh, hey girls. Wendy, 𝐒𝐴, you're just in time. □, take your shoes off before coming in, we are about to start the movie. □, mamas, can I watch? Tambi, of course you can □. She says as she goes up to 𝐒𝐴 and takes □ out of his arms. Tambri, Jesus 𝐒𝐴, you look tired. 𝐒𝐴, I've went months without sleep before, I'm fine. He says as he shakes his head. Mabel, 𝐒𝐴, are you sure you can watch with us? You don't have to. 𝐒𝐴, no, I totally got this, let's watch that movie. He says as he walks to the girls and sits on the floor next to Evelyn. Tambi sits next to 𝐒𝐴 and □ sits on her lap as Mystique jumps down from 𝐒𝐴's shoulder and lays on his lap. 𝐒𝐴, Mystique. I forgot you were on my shoulder. He says as he pets her. She starts to purr and this gets 𝐒𝐴 even more tired as he starts to relax. Evelyn, 𝐒𝐴, you sure you can stay up? 𝐒𝐴, you up? □, oh okay then. And they start the movie. Time skip. The movie is over and the girls stretch. Tambi, that movie was awesome. □, meh, it was okay. Evelyn, it couldn't used more action. Mabel, I agree, it kinda got bring near the end. Wendy, I thought it was okay. Tambi, what do you think 𝐒𝐴? He doesn't answer her. Mabel, 𝐒𝐴. The girls face 𝐒𝐴 and see he is asleep with Mystique on his lap. 𝐒𝐴 has his head laying on Tambi's shoulder and the girls smile. □, well, I guess he couldn't stay up. Mabel, it's fine though, right? Evelyn, yeah, he did try and stay up. Wendy, and he did watch the movie, like he said he would. □. She moves around in Tambi's arms and she smiles. Tambi, come on girls, let's go to bed. Evelyn, I don't need sleep, but what's stopping me, by cuddling with 𝐒𝐴? Wendy, that sounds nice. □, it does. Mabel, okay, let's get them in bed. After some teamwork, they eventually get 𝐒𝐴 and □ in bed. Tambi, alright girls, let's get comfortable. Mabel, on it. She runs out of 𝐒𝐴's room and a millisecond later, she comes back in a full-body pajama. It's pink and has a shooting star on it that looks like it was stitched on. Wendy, that was quick. Mabel crawls in the bed and holds onto 𝐒𝐴 and □. The girls get comfortable and crawl in bed with 𝐒𝐴. Evelyn teleports away and back with her oversized shirt on. She gets in bed and cuddles with 𝐒𝐴. With the girls now comfortable, they start to fall asleep. They have □ laying on 𝐒𝐴 as they cuddle with 𝐒𝐴. And before they go to bed they all give Izuku a kiss on his lips, one by one. The girls, "Good night Izuku." And as they say that they all fall asleep. Meanwhile, we see Mystique as she jumps to the roof of the shack. She then turns to a ood of smoke and transforms. She turns into a girl and is sitting on the edge of the rooftop. She has yellow eyes and is wearing a black oversized shirt. She is also wearing shorts. She has cat ears and a black tail. Mystique, "One day Izuku, I will show you my true form," she says as she looks up to the sky. Mystique, "One day," she says as she smiles with a small blush. Meanwhile, again, we see Gideon as he is in his room and is on his desk. He is trying to think about what had happened with when he tried to read his mind. Gideon, "Is the amulet broken?" He looks at it and it's fine. Gideon, What went wrong?" he says as he gets up and throws his chair at the wall. Suddenly Gideon remembers something. Gideon, "There were people in his mind and they kicked me out of his mind." He goes to his desk and pulls out a journal that has a golden handprint on it with the number 2 on it. He goes through the journal and finds nothing about what happened. Gideon, "Maybe he knows something, and if he does I will get him to tell me," he says as the amulet starts to glow. Gideon, "Even if it costs someone their life." And he starts to laugh maniacally. Bud, "Hey Gideon, do you want some ice cream?" Gideon, "No, get out." Bud, "Oh okay." And he closes the door. And Gideon turns around and starts to laugh maniacally again. We starts this chapter off as we see Izuku sleeping. While he is sleeping we see him wake up in a dark area. He looks around and sees nothing but darkness. He tries to talk but can't. He looks down and sees he is covered in a dark green cloud. "Izuku, where am I?" "You are in your mind." He looks around, wondering who said that. "Izuku, wait, you can hear me." "Well, we are in your mind." Izuku, "Oh, right, but who are you?" "Nana, it's me, Nana Shimura, the 7th user of One for All." Izuku, "Nana." "Nana, yes, it's me, do you remember?" she says as she walks up to him. Izuku, "Oh, I remember now. But why are you taking to me now?" "Nana, I've been trying to reach you for so long, but something here was making it difficult to." Izuku, "So something here is stopping you from taking to me?" Nana, "Yes, and I think I know what it is," she says as she sits down in front of him. Nana, "Do you remember that child that tried reading your mind?" Izuku, "He's scared at it though." Nana, "He did enter your mind, but we stopped him from reading your mind." Izuku, "So that's why my head was hurting." Nana, "Yes, but we saw something he had. It was some sort of amulet around his neck, but it's not a normal amulet." Izuku, "Wait, I think I know what you're saying." Nana, "Yes, the amulet is what is causing the problem." Izuku, "So, do I have to destroy it?" Nana, "Yes, it is the only way." Izuku, "Okay, but how do I get it?" Nana, "That is something you will have to find out." Izuku, "But where are the other predecessors? You said we stopped him, but where are the others?" Nana, Izuku, "The other predecessors have faded away." Izuku, What do you mean?" Nana, "The amulet is not only making it hard to talk to you, but it's also destroying us." Izuku, "Are you saying the other predecessors are gone?" Nana, "Yes, they used the last of their energy to help me speak to you." Izuku, "Wait, so that means you're gonna fade away too?" Nana, "Yes, I don't have much time Izuku, you must hurry." Izuku, "Okay, I'll destroy the amulet if it means you survive." Nana, "Okay, please hurry Izuku," she says as she holds Izuku's cheek. Izuku, "Nana, what are you doing?" Nana, "Good luck Izuku," she says as she kisses his forehead. Izuku wakes up and sits up in bed, breathing heavily. This wakes the girls up and they see Izuku. Tambri, "Izuku, what's wrong?" Izuku, I need to go do something real quick," he says as he gets out of bed. Nejaya, where are you going?" As she asks, Izuku goes to his closet and pulls out his hero costume. Izuku, "A predecessor of One for All talked to me, and I need to save her," he says as he starts to put it on. Wendy, "What are you talking about?" Izuku, "I'll explain it later." he says as he has his hero costume on. As he runs out, Evelyn gets in the way. Evelyn, Izuku, what is going on? Izuku, I'm sorry Evelyn, but I have to hurry. He says as he runs past her. Evelyn, you better have a good reason when you get back Izuku. Izuku, I will. Izuku runs to Dipper's rooms and kicks the door open. Izuku, Dipper. Dipper, AHH. He screams as he falls off the bed. Dipper, what the heck Izuku? Izuku, I'm sorry but I need your help. Dipper, okay, what this it? He says as he gets up. Izuku, do you know where Gideon lives? Dipper, why would I know that? Izuku, I don't know, you're really smart so I assumed you did. Dipper, sigh well, if I has to guess, then I would look around town. He says as he goes to the window. Dipper, try checking a house, he looked rich when we went to his show. So look for a building that looks like a rock person would live in. Izuku, alright, thanks for the help. He says as he opens the window and jumps out of it. Dipper, you're welcome Izuku. And Izuku Spider-Mans his way through the forest, into town. Time skip. After some searching, Izuku ends up at a big white house. Izuku looks through the windows and eventually finds Gideon's room. He looks in the room and sees the amulet around Gideon's neck. Izuku opens the window and crawls in. Izuku, okay, destroy the amulet and you'll save Nana. You got this Izuku. He walks over to Gideon and sees the amulet. He goes to grab it but Gideon wakes up. Izuku, oh. Gideon, what the whoa are you? Izuku, CRP. He tries to grab it but Gideon uses his telekinesis and pushes Izuku. Izuku crashes into the desk and a book falls on his head. The lands on his lap and sees a gold handprint on it. Izuku, wait, that looks like the book Dipper has. He says as he picks it up. Gideon, drop that. He says as he grabs the book with his telekinesis. He pulls the book toward him and grabs Izuku as well. Gideon, I'm not gonna ask again, who are you? Izuku, how is he doing this? Izuku looks to Gideon and sees the amulet glowing. Izuku, it's the amulet. Gideon then throws Izuku at a wall. Izuku crashes through it and ends up outside. Izuku, how do I get to him? He keeps grabbing. Izuku says as he jumps to the roof. Gideon, where are you? He says as he runs outside, with the book. Izuku, okay, I gotta be stealthy. He says as he goes into the shadows. Izuku, it's too bright out. I gotta turn the lights off. He says as he goes to destroy the lights. Izuku, I hope that have insurance. One by one the lights get destroyed, making it harder to see for Gideon. Gideon, Diamenit, where are you? Gideon shouts out. As he does, Bud comes out to see what the ruckus is. As he does, Izuku goes to snatch the amulet and misses. Gideon sees Izuku and goes to grab him but misses as Izuku uses smoke screen. Gideon can't see anything and Izuku goes for the amulet. Izuku rips it off and jumps back. Gideon, no, give it back. He says as he goes to reach for it. Izuku throws it to the ground and stomps on it. It breaks to pieces and Gideon runs to it. Gideon, no, my amulet. He says as he picks the pieces up. Bud is standing there as Gideon is trying to put it back together. Bud, maybe with some glue, we could fix it. Gideon, shut up, old man. Bud, oh okay. Gideon, and you, I don't know who you are, but I will find out who you are and ruin you. He says as he runs at him. Gideon throws a punch but Izuku dodges it and lifts him in the air by his shirt. As Gideon tries to break free, he drops the book and Izuku notices it. Izuku, what's this? He says in a deep voice as he throws Gideon to the side. Izuku picks it up and opens the book. He reads through it and sees pictures of creatures and other things. Izuku, this is like the journal Dipper has. He says as he closes the book. Izuku, I'll give this to Dipper, he'll know what to do with this. He says as he puts it in his suit. Gideon, no, give that back. He says as he runs at him. Gideon throws a rock at him but Izuku dodges it. Izuku uses black WHP and lifts Gideon to the roof. He places him there and runs off. Before Izuku escapes, Bud takes a picture of 𝐒𝐿 with his phone and puts it away. Gideon, get me down from here, old man. He shouts at his dad. Bud, don't worry, I'll get you down. He says as he goes to get a ladder. Gideon, I will find you, and I will destroy you. He shouts to 𝐒𝐿. Time skip. 𝐒𝐿 lands in front of the mystery shack and goes inside. He closes the door and takes his mask off. 𝐒𝐿, phew, okay, I destroyed the amulet and saved the predecessors. Good job me. He says as he high-fives himself. As he does, the lights go on and he hears someone cough behind him. He slowly turns around and sees the girls, Dipper, Grunkle Stan, Suze, A, and even Mystique. 𝐒𝐿. I can explain. Wendy, oh really? Evelyn, well, can you explain this? She says as Mystique pushes a button on the remote. The TV goes on and the news is on. News reporter, are we on? Okay, this is the news reporting to you live. We are currently with Gideon as he was robbed by someone. She says as she goes to Gideon. News reporter, and what do you have to say about this? Gideon, it was horrible. I was sleeping in my bed and I woke up and saw a scary man going through my window. I tried to fight him but he was just too strong. He tried to take my amulet but I pushes him and he broke it. News reporter, that must have been a terrifying encounter, but can you explain the huge hole in your house? Gideon, he have powers, the blow a hole in my wall and escaped. News reporter, I see, and we have a photo of what the robber looks like. She says as a photo goes up. She says as a photo goes up just without the backpack. News reporter, if you have any information on who this is, please alert the authorities. And they turn the TV off. 𝐒𝐿. Suze, yo, you look cool, dude. Wendy, Suze, that's not the point right now. Tambi, 𝐒𝐿, what were you thinking? She says as she shakes 𝐒𝐿. 𝐒𝐿, stop shaking me so I can explain. He says as she lets him go. 𝐒𝐿, sigh, okay, look, when I was asleep one of the Ofa predecessors talked to me. Nejaya, whoa, really? 𝐒𝐿, yeah, she told me that I had to destroy the amulet as soon as possible. Dipper, what, why? 𝐒𝐿, the amulet wasn't normal, it was magical and it wasn't allowing her to speak to me. Evelyn, okay, but why did she want to destroy it immediately? 𝐒𝐿, it was causing the predecessors to fade away. She told me the predecessors used everything they had left to give her the chance to talk to me. Mabel, so that's why you were in such a hurry. 𝐒𝐿, yeah, she was running out of time so I had to be quick. Dipper, okay, but did you have to kick my door down? 𝐒𝐿, maybe. Nejaya, well, did it work? 𝐒𝐿, I'm not sure, I'll have to wait until they talk to me again. Grunkle Stan, well, I don't know what's going on, but I heard you stole something. He says as he rubs his hands together. 𝐒𝐿, I wouldn't say stealing, more like borrowing. He says as he pulls a book out of his suit. He shows it to them and two people are shocked. Grunkle Stan, wait, he found the other one. Dipper, whoa, that looks like the one I have. He says as he takes his journal out. Grunkle Stan, wait, Dipper has the other one too. 𝐒𝐿, yeah, I noticed you had one like this but the number is different. Dipper, yeah, it does. 𝐒𝐿, here, you see what's in it. I'm gonna go back to sleep. He says as he gives Dipper the book and walks back to his room. Tambri, I call dibs on his chest. She says as she grabs 𝐒𝐿's arm and runs upstairs. Mystique and Eri run with Tambi. Evelyn, hey. No fair. The girls, yeah. And they run after them. While Dipper runs up to his room with the journals. Suze, well, good night, Grunkle Stan. He says as he walks out of the living room. Grunkle Stan, how did the kid find the journal? How did Dipper have a journal? And how am I gonna get them both? He says as he walks out of the living room, thinking of ways to get the journals. Time skip. Again. 𝐒𝐿 is asleep with the girls and Eri sleeping with him. As 𝐒𝐿 is sleeping he wakes up in a dark area. 𝐒𝐿, I'm back. And I can talk this time. He says as he stands up. 𝐒𝐿, at least I can move now. He then looks around and sees nothing but darkness. 𝐒𝐿, Nana Shimura. Anyone? He calls out. 𝐒𝐿, oh no, was I too late? Nana, no. 𝐒𝐿 turns around and sees Nana. 𝐒𝐿, Nana Shimura, you're still here. He says as he walks towards her. 𝐒𝐿, but where are the others? He says as he looks around. Nana, I don't know, I thought they would come back but they aren't. 𝐒𝐿, I'm so sorry. He says as he goes up to her and hugs her. Nana, I failed them. She says as she starts to tear up. 𝐒𝐿, don't blame yourself. Nana, but 𝐒𝐿, look at me. He says as he holds her cheek. 𝐒𝐿, you couldn't stop it, we tried to save them but it was too late, don't blame yourself for something we couldn't stop, okay? He says as he has tears in his eyes. Nana nods as she starts to cry. 𝐒𝐿 hugs her as she falls to her knees. She cries into his shoulder and he comforts her as he has tears run down his face. We start the day off as we see 𝐒𝐿 still in bed. It's the middle of the day and 𝐒𝐿 is alone in bed. As he is asleep, Mystique walks into the room and sees 𝐒𝐿 is still asleep. Mystique, 𝐒𝐿's still asleep. She thinks to herself as she runs up to his bed and jumps up to it. She goes in front of his face and tries to wake him up. Mystique, 𝐒𝐿, wake up. He doesn't and she starts to get irritated. She then puts her paws on his face and shakes his face to wake him up. Mystique, fine, I guess we're doing this the hard way. He doesn't and she has enough. She jumps over his shoulder and bites his ear with her sharp teeth. 𝐒𝐿, OW. He shouts as he sits up and holds his ear. He looks around and sees Mystique sitting on his pillow. 𝐒𝐿, was that you? Mystique meows as she walks towards 𝐒𝐿. 𝐒𝐿, I'm gonna take that as a yes. He says as Mystique sits on his lap. 𝐒𝐿, you didn't have to bite my ear. He says as he picks her up. She puts her paw on his nose and he smiles. 𝐒𝐿, I can't stay mad at you. He says as he pets her ears. She purrs as she enjoys the pats. 𝐒𝐿 then puts her down on the floor and gets out of bed. He is shirtless and is walking around in shorts. He doesn't care as he walks out of the room with Mystique following. He goes downstairs and sees no one is around. 𝐒𝐿, where is everyone? He says as he scratches the back of his head. As he says that, Mystique walks in front of him and has a note in her mouth. She puts it down on the floor and taps it with her paw. He picks it up and reads it. Hey 𝐒𝐿, if you're wondering where we are at the mall right now. We didn't want to wake you up and we took 𝐿 with us. We'll be back soon, hugs and kisses. Mabel 𝐒𝐿, I guess it's just you and me Mystique. He says as he picks her up. He holds her in his arms and goes to his room. As he does, Mystique is blushing as she can feel his muscles rub against her fur. Mystique, 0//0, he enters his room and sits her on the bed. He then goes to the closet and begins to change. As he does, Mystique watches and she blushes harder. Mystique, 0//0, oh wow. She thinks to herself. He finishes changing and sees Mystique watching him. 𝐒𝐿, you know, I would feel extremely embarrassed about you watching. But you're a cat so it's fine. He says as he picks her up. 𝐒𝐿, now, let's go watch some TV. He says as he leaves his room. He goes into the living room and sits down with her on his lap. He then turns on the TV and watch it as he pets her. She begins to purr and she lays down on his lap. 𝐒𝐿, this is nice. He says as he continues to pet her. Time skip. The TV is still on as Mystique is still laying on 𝐒𝐿's lap. But she then realizes 𝐒𝐿 stopped petting her. She looks up and sees 𝐒𝐿 is asleep. She is about to try and wake him up but decides to watch 𝐒𝐿 a bit. She thinks he looks cute while he's asleep and decides to get a closer look. She goes into her human form and is sitting on his lap. She is facing 𝐒𝐿 and holds his face in her hands. Mystique, how can you look so cute without even trying? She asks as she inspects him. As she does, she decides to do something. Mystique, he won't mind if I do this, right? She tells herself as begins to move closer to his face. Mystique, just a quick kiss, he won't even notice. And she gives him a kiss on the lips. She is about to break it but for some reason she doesn't as she enjoys the kiss. She closes her eyes and runs her fingers through his hair as she continues to kiss his lips. But she doesn't notice 𝐒𝐿 waking up. He opens his eyes and sees a girl kissing him. He blushes hard and is super confused. 𝐒𝐿, who is 𝐒𝐻? He can feel her finger go through his hair and he kinda likes it. She opens her eyes and sees 𝐒𝐿 staring at her with a huge blush on his face. She blushes hard and breaks the kiss. Mystique, I am so sorry, she says as she gets off of 𝐒𝐿. 𝐒𝐿 gets up and is facing her. 𝐒𝐿, who are you? And why were you kissing me? He questions her as he has a blush on his face. Mystique, 𝐒𝐿, it's me. Mystique. 𝐒𝐿, you're not Mystique. She's a cat, he says as he starts to activate his quirk. Mystique, wait, I can prove it. 𝐒𝐿 stops and is facing her. 𝐒𝐿, prove it. Mystique, okay, watch, she says as she transforms into a cat. 𝐒𝐿 stares down at Mystique and she meows at him. 𝐒𝐿. She then transforms back into her human form and is just standing there. 𝐒𝐿, wait, he says as he snaps back to reality. 𝐒𝐿, why you watched me change? He says as his blush starts to grow. Mystique, why yeah, she says as she blushes. 𝐒𝐿 sits on the couch and has his face in his hands. 𝐒𝐿, you don't know how embarrassing this is, he says as he is blushing hard. 𝐒𝐿 takes a deep breath and looks at Mystique. 𝐒𝐿, so, why were you? Why no? Kissing me? Mystique, why we're asleep so when I saw you sleeping, I thought you looked kinda cute and I couldn't help myself. I'm sorry, she says as she is looking down. 𝐒𝐿, sigh, it's okay but you know I'm with the other girls. Mystique, why I know, she says as she rubs her arm. Mystique, I'm sorry, she says as she starts to tear up. 𝐒𝐿 starts to feel bad and stands up. He walks over to her and hugs her. 𝐒𝐿, look, why don't you talk to the girls about it when they get back, okay? Mystique, oh okay, she says as she hugs him back. 𝐒𝐿, now, what do you want to do while we wait? Mystique, could we go back to you know, she says blushing. 𝐒𝐿, oh, I guess, he says as he is blushing. She looks to him as she holds his cheek with her hand and begins to kiss him. He holds her waist as she does and she slowly begins to wrap her arms around his neck. He then slips his tongue in and she leans forward, making them fall on the couch. She then breaks the kiss and takes 𝐒�l's hands from her waist and lead them to her butt. She makes him squeeze his hands and slightly 𝐿. 𝐒𝐿, Mystique, maybe we show, but she interrupts him as she kiss him. She slips her tongue back in and 𝐒�l is still holding her by her butt. As she kisses him, she slowly moves her hands down to 𝐒�l's breathes. 𝐒�l can feel her hand run against his breathes and he breaks the kiss. 𝐒�l, Mystique, we should stop. Mystique, no, I waited so long for this. Please let's keep going, she says as she holds his face. 𝐒�l, at least not here, he says as his blushing hard. She smiles as she kisses him on the cheek. 𝐒�l gets up still holding her as she wraps her arms and legs around 𝐒�l. She then continues to kiss 𝐒�l as he carries her to his room. He enters his room and closes the door, locking it in the process. And they both begin to do the deed together. Time skip. After they had the best day of their lives, we see them laying in bed together. They are both under a blanket as Mystique is laying on 𝐒�l. 𝐒�l is petting her ears and she smiles. Mystique, that was amazing, she says as she is breathing heavily. 𝐒�l, why it was, he says as he rubs her back. Mystique, we should clean up though, the others will be here soon. 𝐒�l, yeah, you're right, he says as he sits up with her. 𝐒�l gets off the bed and is about to go to the bathroom. Mystique, you 𝐒�l. 𝐒�l, yeah. Mystique, I need help, she says as she reaches out for 𝐒�l. 𝐒�l, alright, sorry, he says as he picks her up. She wraps her arms around 𝐒�l as he holds her by her thighs and walks into the bathroom to take a shower with her. They finish taking a shower and let both leave the bathroom in a towel. 𝐒�l is still carrying her and sits her on the bed. 𝐒�l, let me get you something to wear, he says as he goes to his closet. Mystique, okay, she says as she begins to dry her hair with the towel that covered her body. 𝐒𝐿 grabs some clothes and turns around to give her his shirt. He then sees her body and blushes. She sees him staring and blushes as she covers herself. 𝐒𝐿, sorry, he says as he gives her his shirt. Mystique, don't apologize, it's my fault, she says as she takes the shirt and puts it on. It's a bit too big as it can't stay on her shoulder. 𝐒𝐿, sorry, it's the only thing I have for you, he says as he starts to change. Mystique, it's okay, I kinda like it, she says as she hugs herself. 𝐒𝐿, that's good to know, he says as he is fully clothed. Mystique, but I do need something to cover down here, she says as she uses the shirt to cover her area. 𝐒𝐿, alright, I'll get your clothes cleaned, he says as he picks up the clothes that are on the floor. He puts them in the basket that sits next to the closet and picks it up. 𝐒𝐿, I'll be right back, he says as he leaves his room. With Mystique alone, she is just sitting on the bed. She sees the TV and goes to turn it on. She tries to look for the on button but can't find it. Mystique, I guess I gotta look for the remote, she says as she starts to look around. She searches everywhere in the room but can't find it. Mystique, maybe it's under the bed, she tells herself as she looks under it. As she does, 𝐒𝐿 comes back and sees Mystique's area. 𝐒𝐿, 0//0 I am Mystique. Mystique, yes, she says as she gets up. She sees 𝐒𝐿 blushing and realizes he saw her area. She blushes out of embarrassment and covers her face. 𝐒𝐿, what were you doing? Mystique, I was looking for the remote, she says as she moves her hands away from her face. 𝐒𝐿, it's up here, he says as he goes to the TV. The remote was sitting on top of the TV and he turns it on. Mystique, how did I not see that? 𝐒𝐿, it's hard to see it since it's the same color as the TV. Mystique, yeah, that makes sense, she says as she stands up and sits on the bed. 𝐒𝐿, so, your clothes should be dry in a bit. Mystique, that's nice. 𝐒𝐿, so, what do you want to do now? Mystique, let's watch a movie. 𝐒𝐿, that sounds like a good idea, he says as he sits in the bed with her. As he is looking for a movie, she goes up to him and cuddles with him. He looks to her and wraps his arm around her. And she starts to purr in the comfort. 𝐒𝐿, you can still purr. Mystique, she says as she rubs her head against him. 𝐒𝐿, that is, kinda nice, he says as he starts to pet her ears and his arm is around her. He puts on a movie and he puts the remote down. He pulls her in and is cuddling with her. She then wraps her tail around 𝐒𝐿 and she smiles. And they fall asleep in each other's arms. After some time, the others arrive and they enter the house. Mabel, wow, we were there for a long time. Tambi, I know, but hey, we got a lot of things. 𝐒𝐠, yeah, like this snow globe, she says as she shakes it. It shows a small model of Gravity Falls with snow falling down on it. Wendy, out of anything else, why that? Evelyn, who cares, it's so cool, she says as her and 𝐒𝐠 watch it. Tamabri, how do you like your gift, 𝐒𝐠? She asks her as she crouches down to her. 𝐒𝐠, I love it, mama, she says as she shows her. It's a small necklace with a little pink rose on it. Tambi, and I'm sure 𝐒𝐿 will love it too, she says as she pets her head. 𝐒𝐠, yeah, let's go show Papa, she says as she runs to 𝐒𝐿's room. The girls follow her and they arrive to his room. They open the door and see 𝐒𝐿 sleeping with Mystique, who is now a cat. 𝐒𝐿 is holding the cat in his arms and Mystique is sleeping as she is purring. Mabel, oh, that's so cute, she says as she holds her face. Evelyn, quick, take a picture, she says to Tambi. Tambi pulls her phone out and takes a picture. As she does, the flash of the camera wakes 𝐒𝐿 and Mystique up. 𝐒𝐿, what? Mystique, tired and confused, meows Wendy. Oh, sorry we woke you up, 𝐒𝐿. 𝐒𝐿, oh, hey girls. How was your day? He says as he sits up holding Mystique. Tambi, it was pretty fun. 𝐒𝐠, yeah, we even got this snow globe, she says as she sticks it out and shakes it. Evelyn, it's appealing. Wendy, yeah, we even got 𝐒𝐠 a gift too. 𝐒𝐠, yeah, look Papa, she says as she runs up to him. She shows 𝐒𝐿 her rose necklace and he smiles. 𝐒𝐬𝐽𝐾, it looks appealing, just like you are. He says as he pets her head. Eri giggles as she hugs him and he hugs her back. As he is hugging Eri, he sees Mystique staring at him and he remembers. 𝐒𝐬𝐽𝐾, girls, I need to talk to you about something. Tambi, about what? 𝐒𝐬𝐽𝐾, why, you'll see, but first. He says as he stops hugging Eri. 𝐒𝐬𝐽𝐾, hey, why don't you go and see what Dipper is doing? Eri, okay. She says as she runs out of the room. Wendy closes the door as she leaves and the girls are listening to 𝐒𝐬𝐽𝐾. 𝐒𝐬𝐽𝐾, sigh, okay, it's about Mystique. Mabel, Mystique. Evelyn, you mean the cat. Tambi, what's wrong with Mystique? 𝐒𝐬𝐽𝐾, you'll see. Go ahead, Mystique. As he says that, Mystique transforms and the girls are shocked. They then see Mystique as a girl and she was wearing 𝐒𝐬𝐽𝐾's shirt. The girls were shocked and speechless. 𝐒𝐬𝐽𝐾, girls, this is Mystique. Mystique hi. She says as she waves to them. Tambi, so, this whole time. Mystique was a human. Mystique, you could say that. Wendy, so, when did you find out about her? 𝐒𝐬𝐽𝐾, a few hours ago. Evelyn, wow, this is interesting. She says as she circles around Mystique. 𝐒𝐠, wow, you still have your cat ear and tail. She says as she holds her tail. Mystique, please don't touch my tail. She says as she takes her tail away from her. 𝐒𝐠, oh sorry. Mystique, it's okay. Tambi, well, this is a surprise. 𝐒𝐬𝐾, anyways, she wanted to talk to you girls about something. Tambi, oh, well, wait, did you want to talk to us about Mystique? Mystique, well, I wanted to know if I could join your Mabel realizes what she's asking. Mabel, oh, you want to join the 𝐻M, right? Mystique, why, yeah. Mabel, okay, let me and the girls talk for a moment. She says as she leads Mystique out of 𝐒𝐬𝐾's room. Mabel, so wait right here until we are done. She says as Mystique is out the door. Mystique, oh okay. She says as Mabel closes the door. Mabel, okay girls, what do you think? Wendy, well, I don't really see why not. Evelyn, she seems pretty nice. 𝐒𝐠, yeah, I like her. Tambi, him. Sure. Mabel, alright, that settles it. She says as she walks to the door. 𝐒𝐬𝐾, I'm just gonna act like I'm not here. He says as he gets in bed and goes under the blanket. Mabel opens the door and lets Mystique back in. Mabel, me and the girls talked and we all agreed that you can join the 𝐻M. Mystique, really? Wendy, yep, you just gotta share him with us. Mystique, oh thank you. She says as she hugs Mabel. Mabel, you're welcome. She says as she hugs her back. Tambi, well, I'm tired and I wanna sleep. 𝐒𝐠, same, but where's 𝐒𝐬𝐾? As she says this, the girls look around and see 𝐒𝐬𝐾 sitting on the bed with a blanket covering him. The only thing they can see is 𝐒𝐬𝐾's face poking out of the blanket. The girls stare at him as he stares back. 𝐒𝐬𝐾, what, is there something on my face? He says as he touches his face. But the girls are staring at him cause they think that the way he looks wrapped up in a blanket with his head poking out is cute. They then run at him, which scares the living SHT out of him. They tackles him and he falls on the bed. The girls hug him as he is still wrapped in a blanket. 𝐒𝐬𝐾, gee girls, I can't move. Tambi, sure, let's sleep. She says as she kisses 𝐒𝐬𝐾 on the cheek. 𝐒𝐬𝐾, oh okay. He says with a blush on his face. And they close their eyes as the girls fall asleep, holding 𝐒𝐬𝐾. He just lays there with a blush on his face. He can't move, so he just lays there. But at the same time he feels very comfortable as he can feel the girls hold him. He falls asleep with the girls and has a small smile on his face. As they are all asleep, Eri comes back and sees them sleeping on the bed. She walks up to them and crawls on the bed and lays on 𝐒𝐬𝐾. She hugs 𝐒𝐬𝐾 and feels the girls hug her as well. She smiles and falls asleep with everyone in bed together. We start this chapter off as we see Mabel and Dipper walk up to Grunkle Stan. Mabel, hey Grunkle Stan, wanna get some pancakes with us? Grunkle Stan, I would love to, but I can't leave the shack with this guy here. He says as he points towards the guy, trying to find something in the shack. 𝐒𝐬𝐾, you can go, I'll stay here. Grunkle Stan. Mabel, you sure 𝐒𝐬𝐾? 𝐒𝐬𝐾, yeah, just take Eri with you. Mabel, I will. she says as she gives Izuku a kiss on the cheek and goes to get 𝐂𝐴. Alright kid once he finds something and leaves, close up the shack. He says as he gives Izuku the keys. Izuku okay 𝐂𝐴. As Mabel comes back with Dipper and 𝐂𝐴 head to the car. Mabel will be at the diner, meet us there when you're done okay. Izuku I will. He says as he gives her a kiss on the cheek. Bye papa. Izuku, bye I'll see you later okay. He says as he lets her head. Okay. Izuku I'll see you girls later, be careful. Mabel and we will. They say as they leave. Izuku watches them leave and then turns to the guy holding two shirt. Tyler Puma shirt or the Panther shirt? Izuku what about Panda shirt? He says as he shows him the shirt. Tyler oh I like it, but do you have it in another color? Izuku I think so, let me go check. Tyler okay. He says as Izuku leaves to check for another shirt. Time skip. After a long time of helping Tyler find something, we see Izuku arrive to the diner. He is about to open the door until the door opens and Dipper runs through it. Izuku Dipper. Wait where are you going? He asks Dipper. Dipper just keeps running, ignoring Izuku's question. Izuku what happened? He asks himself as he goes into the diner. He looks around for 𝐂𝐴, and Mabel and sees them eating pancakes. He walks over to them and sits down next to 𝐂𝐴 and Mabel. Izuku, do you know why Dipper ran out of the diner? Mabel, oh, well he tried beating the manly tester but he failed. Izuku is he okay? 𝐂𝐴, I'm sure he's fine. Sure he's a wimp but I know he can take care of himself. Izuku I don't know, he seemed pretty upset when he ran off. Mabel, I'm sure Dipper is okay, right? Izuku I don't know, I'm gonna go look for him. He says as he stands up. Mabel okay, call me when you find him. Izuku I will. He says as he walks off. But then he comes back and takes a bite from Mabel's pancakes. Mabel, hey my pancakes. Izuku laughs to himself as he runs off. Mabel, so I'm gonna get him back later. Hee, papa's fast. Mabel, he sure is, anyways let's finish our pancakes. Okay. She says as she continues to eat her pancakes. Mabel is about to eat her pancakes until she sees 𝐂𝐴 staring at someone. She looks at who 𝐂𝐴 is staring at and sees Lazy Susan. Mabel, hey 𝐂𝐴, why are you staring at Lazy Susan? 𝐂𝐴, what, I'm not staring. You're staring. Mabel wait a minute, do you like her? She asks in a teasing tone. 𝐂𝐴 no. And even if I did, she's way out of my league. He says as he looks toward her. Lazy Susan, come on spin, you stupid pie thing. Spin. She says as she kicks it. 𝐂𝐴, what a woman. Mabel, oh my god, you do like her. 𝐂𝐴, so what if I do? Mabel, go talk to her 𝐂𝐴, maybe she'll like you back. 𝐂𝐴, I don't know, I've never been very good with women. They're so confusing. He says to Mabel. 𝐂𝐴, no offense Mabel. Mabel, none taken and I'm gonna help you talk to women even if you don't want it. She says as she eats the whole pancake in one bite. Mabel, let's go cough she coughs as she swallows the pancake. Mabel, cough. You finished yeah. She says as she sounds upset about something. Mabel then come on. She says as she picks up. Mabel, we're gonna help 𝐂𝐴 find love. Oh, okay. Mabel, come on 𝐂𝐴. She says as she starts to drag 𝐂𝐴 out of the diner by his arm. 𝐂𝐴, wait I didn't finish my pancakes. He says as he reaches out for his pancakes. 𝐂𝐴, new. Time skip. We see Izuku walking around town looking for Dipper. He asked the people in town if he had seen him. No one saw him run by and Izuku continues to look for him. He continues to look around until he bumps into a man with a very long white beard. Izuku, excuse me, have you seen a teen with a maple leaf on his hat? Old man 𝐒𝐽𝐽, yup, he went into the forest right over there. He points to the forest. Izuku looks towards it and sees a path followed with destroyed trees. Izuku, how did I not see that? Old man 𝐒𝐽𝐽, Best be careful now, there are dangerous things in there. He says with a serious tone. Izuku is creeped out by this sudden change of attitude. Old man Mugakit, have fun. He says as he cartwheels away. Izuku, okay. He says as he follows the path that leads to the forest. Izuku, he seemed interesting. He thinks to himself. After some time, he hears screaming. Izuku, Dipper. He shouts as he dashes towards the noise. He arrives shortly and sees Dipper staring at the creature from the ground. Izuku dashes in front of Dipper. Dipper, Izuku. Izuku, Dipper, what are you doing out here? Dipper, I was just walking around, when this thing jumped at me. Izuku, just stay behind me. He says as he helps Dipper up. Izuku, okay, who are you? 𝐶hutzpah, I am 𝐶hutzpah. He says as he flexes his muscles. Izuku, I didn't actually think he could talk. He whispers to Dipper. Dipper, you and what are you? 𝐶hutzpah, I am a manatare. Izuku, a manatare. I thought they were just a myth. Dipper, apparently not. Izuku, so, why are you here? 𝐶hutzpah, I could smell beef jerky here. He says as he looks towards the beef jerky Dipper's holding. 𝐶hutzpah, so, are you gonna finish those? Dipper, no, you can have em. He says as he gives him the jerky. He takes it and starts eating it. Izuku, Dipper, can I talk to you? Dipper, oh, yeah sure. They both walk away a bit from 𝐶hutzpah. Izuku, Dipper, what happened at the diner? Dipper, what do you mean? Izuku, you ran off when I arrived, what's wrong Dipper? He says as he holds his shoulders. Dipper, well. I just wish I was stronger. Izuku, why? Dipper, because people say I'm not manly. Izuku, manly. Dipper, why? I tried to win the manliness tester and I lost. Izuku, Dipper, you don't have to 𝐶hutzpah, hey I can help. Izuku and Dipper here. Dipper, how? 𝐶hutzpah, I could teach you the ways of manliness. He says as he flexes his muscles. Dipper, really? 𝐶hutzpah, yeah, I just need the others' approval. He says as he walks up to Izuku and Dipper. 𝐶hutzpah, climb on. He says as he gets on his knee. Dipper is about to get in his back until Izuku stops him. Izuku, hold on Dipper, let's think for a moment. Dipper, what's there to think about? Izuku, we just met him, I'm not sure going with him deeper in the forest is a smart move. Dipper, you don't get a saying in this, you just met Mystique the other day and you're already a couple. Izuku, I. Dipper, exactly. He tells Izuku as he climbs up on 𝐶hutzpah. Izuku, I'll follow you guys. 𝐶hutzpah, great, now let's go. He says as he dashes into the trees. Izuku, hey wait up. Izuku says as he dashes after them. Meanwhile, we go back to Mabel and Eri as they are sitting in the living room with the other girls and Grunkle Stan. Mabel, okay girls listen up, Grunkle Stan has a thing for lazy Susan. Wendy, oh I know her, she's kinda funny. Mabel, I know, and we're gonna help him talk to her. Nejaya, I'm sure it'll be easy. Mabel, alright, let's see how you usually talk to women. She says as she leaves the living room and comes back with Suze. Evelyn, why is Suze in a dress? Mabel, he's gonna help us by acting like lazy Susan. Mystique, hi Suze. She says as she waves to him. Suze, sup dude. Mabel, alright Grunkle Stan, show us what you got. She says as she walks back to the girls. Grunkle Stan walks up to Suze and is standing in front of him. Grunkle Stan, Spitz give me some money. He says as he puts his hand out in front of him. Mabel, cut. She shouts in the megaphone. Nejaya, never mind, this is gonna be hard. The girls, yup. Meanwhile, we see Izuku and Dipper arrive to a cave. They enter the cave and walk through it as they don't see anything in the dark. Dipper, I can't see a thing in here. Izuku, hold on I got it. He says as he takes his phone out. He turns the flashlight on his phone and they can see clearly. They continue to walk in until they reach a dead end. Dipper, either we're lost or your friends are rocks. 𝐶hutzpah, hold on a sec. He says as he puts Dipper down. He goes over to the wall and grabs a stalagmite. He pulls it and it makes a clicking noise. The wall then starts to slide to the side and they see torches on the wall. 𝐶hutzpah, come on. he says as he rushes in. They both follow 𝐒𝐿 through the secret entrance and it closes behind them. They walk further in and they hear something up ahead. 𝐒𝐿, just let me do the talking, okay? Dipper, okay. 𝐒𝐿 mem. They continue and see a civilization of Manatare. Dipper, wow, it looks amazing in here. 𝐒𝐿, yeah, but not the smell though. He says as he covers his nose. 𝐒𝐿, that is the smell of manliness. He says as he flexes again. 𝐒𝐿, now come, we must talk to the others. He says as he runs off. Dipper and 𝐒𝐿 follow him and arrive to a group of Manatare. 𝐒𝐿, brothers. I bring guests to our manly cave. He says as he presents 𝐒𝐿 and Dipper. Manatare #3, they seem kinda skinny. Manatare #1, yeah, why did you bring these twigs here? 𝐒𝐿, twigs. Dipper, okay, 𝐒𝐿, this small guy wants to learn our ways of manliness. He says as he puts his huge hand on Dipper's shoulder. Manatare #2, I don't know, why should we teach a human our ways of being a man? The other Manatares begin to agree with the Manatare. Manatare #1, yeah, we will not teach a human our ways. Dipper, what, why? Manatare #1, you are not worthy. He says as him and the other Manatares begin to leave. 𝐒𝐿, I'm sorry Dipper, it looks like they won't teach you. Dipper, oh man. 𝐒𝐿, well that isn't manly. As he says that, the Manatares walking away hear 𝐒𝐿 and stop. Manatare #1, what? 𝐒𝐿, what? Manatare #1, what did you say? 𝐒𝐿, I just said it's not really manly to help someone out. Manatare #1, and what would you know of being manly? 𝐒𝐿, because a friend of mine taught me what it means to be manly. The Manatares begin to talk about what 𝐒𝐿 said. 𝐒𝐿, so I guess we should just leave, since it looks like you're not as manly as you guys say you are. He says as he walks up to Dipper. 𝐒𝐿, come on Dipper, they clearly don't know about what it means to be manly. He says as he puts his arm over Dipper's shoulders. Dipper, okay. He says as they both begin to leave. Manatare #1, wait. He says as he gets in front of them. Manatare #1, we will teach you how to become a man. Dipper, really? Manatare #1, yes, now come, we must begin your training. He says as he picks Dipper up and runs off with him. 𝐒𝐿, hey, wait up. He says as he follows them. After some running, we see them outside and standing in front of a hole. 𝐒𝐿, all right. For your first test, you must stick your hand in the hole of pain. He says as a Manatare goes up to the hole. He sticks his hand in the hole and screams in pain. He pulls his hand out and runs off, missing a hand. 𝐒𝐿, face without mouth. Dipper, white frowning face. 𝐒𝐿, go on. He says as he nudges Dipper. Dipper goes up to the hole and is about to stick his hand in the hole. 𝐒𝐿, hold on Dipper, are you sure about this? We could just head back to the shack. Dipper, no, I think I got this. He says as he sticks his hand in the hole. 𝐒𝐿, oh God. He says as he covers his eyes. And Dipper screams in pain. Time skip. After hours of training, we go back to Dipper and 𝐒𝐿 as they are in a hot tub. As Dipper trained, 𝐒𝐿 watched him train with the Manatares. Dipper, I gotta say, these last 8 hours have been great. 𝐒𝐿, Dipper, you almost died like 12 times. Dipper, but I'm still alive. 𝐒𝐿, yeah, I guess so. 𝐒𝐿, you'll have almost finished the test to become a man. Dipper, alright, what do I have to do next? 𝐒𝐿, follow me. He says as he gets out of the hot tub with Dipper and 𝐒𝐿. They walk to a big room with other Manatares standing around. They see a platform with a gigantic chair in the way and a big curtain behind it. 𝐒𝐿, we must speak to the manliest of mans. As he says that, an old Manatare comes out from behind the curtain. Dipper, is he the one? 𝐒𝐿, no. As he says that, the old Manatare is eaten from above. 𝐒𝐿 and Dipper jump as they see the old Manatare eaten. 𝐒𝐿, he is the sacrifice. He says calmly. 𝐒𝐿, sacrifice. He says as he watches the old Manatare being eaten. As the old Manatare is swallowed whole, they realizes how big the giant is. It's a giant Manatare with a huge scar on his chest. 𝐒𝐿, this is our leader, the manliest Manatare we know. I don't know the giant manatee name and I think I've been spelling manatee wrong this whole time. Giant manatee, what brings these humans into my domain? He asks 𝐿𝐴 as he sits in his chair. 𝐿𝐴, this boy is here to complete the final test. He says to the giant. Giant manatee, I see, then let us begin. He says as he stands up. He shoves his hand in his scar and begins to pull something out. As he does, Izuku and Dipper watch in horror as they hear his screams of pain and see him pulling out a bone. He pulls it out and is breathing heavily. It's a spear made of bones and he places it in front of Dipper. Giant manatee, your final test is to kill the multi-headed bear. Dipper, oh okay. He says as he picks up the spear. Dipper, but where do I go? Giant manatee, the multi-headed bear lies within the top of the mountain. He tells Dipper as he sits back down on his chair. Dipper, okay, I got this. He says as he begins to run out. Izuku, hold on Dipper, I'm not sure this is right. He says as he grabs his shoulder. Dipper, what do you mean? Izuku, I mean, are you really gonna kill someone just to become a man? He says as he turned Dipper around. Dipper, Izuku, come on, let's just leave Dipper. He says to Dipper as he holds his shoulder. Dipper, but I've gone so far. Izuku, I know, but this doesn't feel right. Dipper, no, I'm gonna do it. He says as he takes Izuku's hand off his shoulder. Izuku, then I'm going with you. He says to Dipper. Dipper, okay, let's go. He says as he runs off with Izuku. Meanwhile, we go back to the girls who are exhausted. They tried everything to help 𝐵 but nothing seemed to work. Mabel, why is nothing working? She asks herself as she is on the floor with the other girls. Wendy, face it Mabel, 𝐵 is unfixable, just like that pie spinny thing. Mabel, oh wait, I got an idea. She says as she gets up off the floor. Mabel, 𝐵 follow me, and leave your breathes here. 𝐵 with pleasure. He says as they both run out of the shack. Evelyn, well, what now? Nejaya, him, movie. Mystique, that sounds like a good idea. She says as they get up. Tambi, Izuku's room. The girls yup. They say as they go to his room with A. Meanwhile, as they traveled, Izuku tried to change Dipper's mind about this but Dipper didn't listen to him. They arrive at the top of the mountain and see a cave entrance. They go in and look around but don't see anything due to the darkness. Dipper, Izuku, can you use your flashlight? Izuku, yeah, sure. He says as he takes his phone out. He turns the flashlight on and moves the light around. Izuku, Dipper, let's just go back to the shack. Dipper, no. If I have to kill someone to become a man, then I will. Izuku, Dipper, do you not hear yourself? He says as he looks towards Dipper. Izuku, you're gonna kill someone, just because those manatees say to. Dipper, yes. You weren't there when they all laughed at me. Izuku, what? What do you mean? Dipper, when we were at the diner, we were getting pancakes but we couldn't afford it. He says as we start to see a flashback. Flashback. Dipper, don't worry guys, pancakes are on me. He says as he cracks his knuckles. 𝐵, oh yeah, and how are you gonna get us some pancakes? Dipper, I'm gonna win that manliness tester. 𝐵, manliness. Mabel, tester. Dipper, yeah. Mabel and 𝐵, ha ha ha. They start laughing while Eri sits next to Dipper. They both are sitting there confused on why they're laughing. Mabel, look Dipper, you're not the manliest person we know. 𝐵, yeah, especially what happened last Tuesday. Dipper, it was one time okay. Mabel, what did he do? 𝐵, I caught him singing Disco Girl in the bathroom. Mabel, no way, you were singing Disco Girls. Dipper, what? It's catchy. Eri, Disco Girls. Oh wait, I heard Papa singing something like that before. Mabel, oh really? Eri, yeah, and we both sang it together. Mabel, well that's nice. She says as she pets her head. Dipper, okay, now watch me win these pancakes. He says as he gets out of his seat and walks over to the manliness tester. As he walks over, people start to watch him and he begins to get nervous. He makes it and begins to prep himself up. Dipper, okay, I got this. He says as he stretches his fingers. Dipper, I can do this, I can do 𝐒𝐿 quit stalling. He shouts, interrupting Dipper. Dipper, sigh. He grabs the joystick and begins to push it. He struggles to move the joystick but eventually starts moving it. But he gets tired and lets it go. The machine then hears a piece of paper come out and Dipper takes it out. He reads it and it says, Dipper, cutie patati. As he says that, the diner begins to laugh at him, including Mabel and 𝐿. Dipper looks down in embarrassment as he begins to feel his tears well up. The embarrassment overwhelms him and he runs out of the diner. As he leaves, 𝐒𝐲 sits there watching everything that happened. She looks towards Mabel and sees that she is laughing with 𝐿. 𝐒𝐲, why are they laughing and Uncle Dipper? She thinks to herself. 𝐒𝐲, they're being really mean to Uncle Dipper. She says as she looks down to the table. End of flashback. Dipper, they laughed at me because I wasn't strong enough. No. I wasn't man enough to beat the tester. Izuku, Dipper, I had no idea. Before he could finish, they hear a roar behind them. Izuku turns around and his flashlight shows the multi-headed bear. It's a bear with multiple heads all over its body. Multi-bear, who dares come into my domain? He asks the two. Dipper, I am Dipper and I came here to kill you. He says as he walks up to the bear. Multi-bear, let us begin the fight. He says as he charges at Dipper. Dipper charges at the bear and they both begin to attack each other. As they do, Izuku is watching, trying to decide on if he should help Dipper fight the bear or not. He doesn't want to hurt Dipper, but he doesn't want to help him kill the bear either. But before he could decide on what to do, Dipper is able to get behind the bear and jumps on its back. He uses his spear and begins to choke out the bear. The bear falls on its back and Dipper jumps off the bear as it falls to the floor. With the bear on its back defeated, Dipper climbs on top of it and is about to stab it. Before he could, Izuku stops him as he grabs him from behind. Dipper, Izuku, what are you doing? Izuku, I'm sorry Dipper. But this is wrong. He says as he throws Dipper off the bear. Dipper, if you won't help me become a man, then I'll just have to kill you too. He says as he gets in a battle stance. Izuku, Dipper, please, I don't want to fight you. Dipper, then let me kill him. Izuku, I'm sorry. He says as he gets in a fighting stance. Dipper charges at Izuku and tries to stab Izuku with his spear. Izuku sidesteps and jumps back. Izuku, I don't want to hurt Dipper, so I'll use 5%. He says as he activates his quirk. Dipper goes at Izuku again and slashes at him. Izuku dodges the attack and grabs his spear. Izuku, Dipper, please, I don't want to hurt you. Dipper, then stop trying to ruin my chance of being a man. He says as he kicks Izuku in the stomach. Izuku lets go of the spear and holds his stomach. Dipper then throws a slash and cuts Izuku in the arm. Izuku winces in pain as he holds his arm. Dipper then uses the spear and stabs at Izuku. Izuku dodges the spear and grabs the spear once more. As Izuku has the spear, he pulls his spear, causing Dipper to lose balance. Izuku then trips Dipper, making him fall. Izuku has the spear and breaks it in half. Izuku, Dipper, please, before he could say anything, Dipper throws a rock at Izuku but he catches it. Dipper, why? Won't you let me do this? He says as he throws another rock. Izuku, because it's wrong. He says as he catches the rock. Dipper, I know, but I don't want to be laughed at anymore. He says as he starts to tear up. Dipper, what happened at the diner just showed them how weak I am. I just want to show them I'm manly. He says as he starts to cry in his knees. Izuku, Dipper. He says as he sits next to him. Izuku, I know how you feel. Dipper, no you don't. He shouts at Izuku. Dipper, you were born with your powers, you don't know what it's like to feel weak. Izuku, but I do. He says to Dipper. Izuku, I wasn't born with this power. Dipper, what? Izuku, let me explain. He says as he sits upright. Izuku, in the past I wasn't born with the powers like the others in my universe. I was treated like a useless nobody. Dipper, but that's so mean. Izuku, well, in my universe if you didn't have a quirk, then you were just another problem. Dipper, that's messed up. Izuku, yeah, and in high school my childhood friend was my bully. Dipper, what? But why? 𝐒𝐿, when we found out I was quirkless, he just hated having a friend that was quirkless. So he just treated me like trash. He even told me to kill myself and pray I get a quirk in the next life. He said with his head down. Dipper was shocked by what he heard. He didn't know 𝐒𝐿 suffered through so much. 𝐒𝐿, and I almost did. Dipper, what? 𝐒𝐿, but I remembered the people that did care about me, my mom. Dipper, 𝐒𝐿. I didn't know 𝐒𝐿, it okay Dipper, but what I'm trying to say is that you don't have to be the strongest person or the hairiest person to be manly. He says as he puts his hand on Dipper's shoulder. 𝐒𝐿, you just have to do what's right. He says as he looks to him. 𝐒𝐿, and what you're trying to do is definitely not manly. He says as he stands up. 𝐒𝐿, so let's go home and forget this ever happened. He says as he holds his hand out to Dipper. Dipper looks up to 𝐒𝐿 with tears in his eyes, but his words made him feel better. He takes his hand and 𝐒𝐿 helps him up. And as he does, Dipper hugs him, which surprises 𝐒𝐿, but he hugs Dipper back. Dipper, thank you 𝐒𝐿. 𝐒𝐿, you're welcome, bud. As they are hugging, they hear someone sniffling. They turn to the noise and see the bear crying. Multibear, that was so appealing. He says as he is crying on the floor. Dipper, I'm sorry I attacked you, are you okay? Multibear, yes, I'll be fine. He says as Dipper and 𝐒𝐿 help him up. Multibear, I must say, you are pretty fast with that spear. He says as he looks towards Dipper. Dipper, all right, I'm sorry. Multibear, it's okay, I had a fun time. He says as he extends his paw towards Dipper. Dipper takes it and they handshake. 𝐒𝐿, all right Dipper, let's get back to the shack. I wanna lay down and do nothing for the rest of the day. He says as he stretches his back. Dipper, right, let's go. He says as he runs next to 𝐒𝐿. Multibear, goodbye humans. Dipper, bye Multibear. 𝐒𝐿, yeah, bye. And they both leave the cave. Meanwhile, we see Mabel kicks the door open in the mystery shack, which alerts the girls. Mabel, girls, guess what? Wendy, what? 𝐒𝐲, yeah, what is it? Tambi, what's up? Mystique, yeah. Evelyn, what happened? Mabel, 𝐿 just got himself a date with Lazy Susan. She shouts. Wendy, wow, I'm impressed Mabel. Tambi, yeah, I thought it was hopeless for him. 𝐿, I'm right here. Evelyn, oh sorry 𝐿. 𝐿, whatever, I'm gonna go take a nap. He says as he leaves to the living room. 𝐒𝐲, love is in the air. She says as she floats around. Tambri, well, speaking of love, where's 𝐒𝐿? Wendy, now that you mention it, he's been gone for a while now. Mystique, yeah, where is he? And right on cue, they hear a knock on the door. Mabel opens the door and sees 𝐒𝐿 and Dipper. They look like they were lost in the woods for days. Wendy, Jesus, what happened to you guys? 𝐒𝐿, let's just say, we went hiking. Dipper, yeah. They says as they slowly walk through the door. As they do, they girls notice 𝐒𝐿's cut on his arm. Tambi, 𝐒𝐿, what happened to your arm? She says as she checks it out. 𝐒𝐿, oh, I just cut it on a branch. It's nothing. Evelyn, I'm just sure 𝐒𝐿, it looks pretty deep. Mabel, yeah, we should get that patched up. She says as she touches it. As she does, 𝐒𝐿 winces in pain and the girls notice it. Wendy, come on, let's clean it up before it gets infected. She says as she takes 𝐒�l's hand and walks him upstairs. As she drags him upstairs, the girls follow them and Dipper goes to his room. Time skip. It's dark outside and they finished patching up 𝐒�l. Wendy, don't move your arm too much, okay? 𝐒�l, I won't, thanks Wendy. He says as he kisses her on the cheek. Wendy, why, you're welcome. She says as she smiles with a blush. 𝐒�l, anyways, can I talk to Mabel alone? He asked the girls. The girls agree and they leave 𝐒�l's room. Mabel, so, what did you want to talk about? She says as she sits on his bed. 𝐒�l, I talked to Dipper, and I wanna know one thing. He says as he looks toward her with a serious face. Mabel gets nervous as she sees his face. 𝐒�l, why did you laugh at Dipper? Mabel, what do you mean? 𝐒𝐿, he told me you and Grunkle Stan laughed at him when he tried that manliness tester. Mabel, oh, well I thought it was funny. 𝐒𝐿, you thought it was funny. Mabel, why yeah. 𝐒𝐿, did you even know he was crying when the entire diner was laughing at him? Mabel, what? 𝐒𝐿, so you didn't. He says as he turns his back towards her. Mabel, he was crying. 𝐒𝐿, yeah, and all you did was laugh at him. Mabel, I didn't know. 𝐒𝐿, even if you didn't know he was crying, you don't just laugh at him. You don't just let people laugh at him, you're supposed to defend him. Mabel, I know, but 𝐒𝐿, but what? He shouts at her. His sudden outburst scares Mabel and he notices. 𝐒𝐿 takes a deep breath and walks away from her. 𝐒𝐿, sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. Mabel, it's okay. I'm sorry. She says as she starts to tear up. 𝐒𝐿 hears her sniffling and immediately feels like an butt. 𝐒𝐿, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, he says. He reaches out to her. As he does, she moves away from him out of fear. 𝐒𝐿 feels hurt but understands. 𝐒𝐿, I see, I'll just go. He says as he walks to the door. 𝐒𝐿, I'm sorry Mabel. He says as he leaves. As he leaves the room, he just stands there with his back against the door. 𝐒𝐿, I'm an idiot. He tells himself as he rubs his eyes with his fingers. He just stands there, hating himself for what happened. And as he does, the door swings open, causing 𝐒𝐿 to fall on his back. Mabel, 𝐒𝐿, I'm so sorry. She says as she hugs 𝐒𝐿. 𝐒𝐿, why are you apologizing? Mabel, 'cause you were right, I'm a terrible sister. She says as she tears up. 𝐒𝐿, I never said you were a bad sister. He says as she hugs her back. 𝐒𝐿, I'm sorry I yelled at you. I shouldn't have done that. Mabel, it's okay 𝐒𝐿. She says as she tightens the hug. Mabel, I deserved it. 𝐒𝐿, but Mabel, just stop and let it go. She says as she tightened hug even more. 𝐒𝐿, okay, I will just stop squeezing me. Mabel, oh sorry. She says as she lets him go. 𝐒𝐿 takes a deep breath and breathes heavily. 𝐒𝐿, it's okay, but you should go apologize to Dipper. He says as he stands up. Mabel, oh you're right. She says as 𝐒𝐿 helps her up. Mabel, thank you 𝐒𝐿. She says as she runs off. 𝐒𝐿, why you're welcome. He says as he watches her run off. 𝐒𝐿, sigh, at least she's better now. He says as he goes into his room. He closes the door and begins to change into something comfortable. He is shirtless and only wearing shorts. 𝐒𝐿, I'm so tired. He says as he flops on the bed. 𝐒𝐿, I'm just gonna. zzzzz. And he passes out on the bed. Tambi, hey 𝐒𝐿, are you in here? She asks as she opens the door. She then sees 𝐒𝐿 passed out on the bed. She smiles as she enters the room and closes the door. She takes her shoes off and climbs into bed with 𝐒𝐿. Tambi, good thing the other girls already went home, well except Mystique and 𝐻𝐸. She thinks to herself as she cuddles with 𝐒𝐿. Tambi, speaking of them, where are they? She asks herself. She then sees the door open with Mystique and 𝐻𝐸 standing there. Mystique, hey, I wanna join in. She says as she turns into a cant and runs over to them. 𝐻𝐸, me too. She says as she runs over to them. They both jump on the bed and cuddle with 𝐒𝐿. Mystique lays next to 𝐒𝐿's head in her car form while 𝐻𝐸 lays between Tambri and 𝐒𝐿. Tambri lets out a sigh as she smiles and covers themselves with the blanket. Tambi, good night 𝐻𝐸. 𝐻𝐸, good night mamas. Mystique meows as she begins to purr. Tambi, night 𝐒𝐿. She says as she gives him a kiss on the cheek and falls asleep.